Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all, and happy Viewer Battle Day to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Dylan Utter, Mormon Freeman, Slinky, Eevee, Gemsman, Lucid? How is everyone today? Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful Tuesday and is ready to battle. We have quite a few signups. I guess it's actually 18 so far that are on the list. So the plan for today is a little bit different. So it's a special stream. Every once in a while we manage to do a viewer battle stream. So the idea of today is I'm going to be playing against all of you, and we're going to get through as many people on this list as possible. If you are on the list and you want to get on the list, I'll add you. 19th on the list. That's a lot of matches. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not super confident we get in 19 different matches today, but we will do our best to get through as many as possible today. So that is the plan for today. Viewer battling, as you can see, we got games for Historic, Brawl, Historic, Standard, Explorer, Pioneer, which isn't on Arena, but I guess that's Historic then. But we're going to be playing a bunch of decks, a bunch of formats, seeing super sweet viewer brews. So let's do reminders and get into it so we can get through as many of these as possible. And then, of course, Thursday stream, another special stream. It is early access day for Phyrexia all will be one. So we get to check out new decks. So I know a lot of you sent me stuff signing up for this. If you have sweet brews for Phyrexia, you should send me those as well, because we can maybe play some of those. We're going to get through as many new decks on Thursday as well. So reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Oh, also, if you are already signed up for today's viewer battle stream, I sent you a friend request to people that messaged me ahead of time. So if you get on Arena, accept the friend request, it should speed up the process a little bit for us actually challenging each other. And I think that's going to partly determine who gets the next matches. If you accept the friend request and we haven't played yet, I will probably work towards this list a little bit, because I know you're online and it's just going to make it a lot easier to actually do the game. So accept the friend request if you haven't already. Jonathan Snow, welcome to the Fishbowl. I know, Stone Rain. I got you on the list, but I bumped it over to the side over here. So if somehow you make it, why we're still streaming, good. If not, you'll be at the top of the list for next time we do viewer battles. So anyway, reminders, replay YouTube. That's when you find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Hey, what's up, Just Snowy? How are you? Good to see you. Normal YouTube. Yesterday we did some persist comboing for Budget Magic. Tomorrow we got some against the odds action. We got top 10 videos, and of course Phyrexia right around the corner. So keep an eye out for all that on the YouTube. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, maybe from Phyrexia, maybe not, whatever, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. If you get a free goldfish sticker, just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, gonna be worth the stream and the channel and the site. Donations. Almost forgot the donations. Always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. Anyway, let's do some viewer battling. So I think, wow, 7 people have accepted. I mean, I will also use this list a little bit because I want to reward people who signed up ahead of time. Because we did talk about it last stream. Mine Royale for Standard or Explorer. Are you here, Mine Royale? You're at the top of this list. What format do you prefer, Standard or Explorer? Crab Deity, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. I am too. This is my favorite part of your battle stream. Like, I enjoy what format do you want? Wondrous deal. That's my favorite part, is seeing everyone's cool decks. Everyone has super sweet decks. I don't have you added. Yeah, can you send me your stuff, Magikarp? And I will get you added as on the friend request. Explorer deck is sicker. Standard probably, but okay, we'll do whatever. Standard is fine. I mean, I'm sure both decks are sick. Challenge number 1, Mine Royale. And also I should mention, we're gonna do best of 1 just so we can get through as many people as possible for today's stream. Starting a bit early, we got a lot of people on the list. We got 19 people on the list, and I want to get through as many as possible, so So yeah, I want to get a little bit of an early start. So how is everyone today? How was everyone's weekends? Hopefully everything is going well. What's the hype level for Phyrexia? It is almost Phyrexia time. Is there a way to see the list? There is. The list is here so far. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Match 1 about to start. If you want to be added to the list, send me your arena info and I'll add you. Although, as I mentioned, we already got 18, so I don't know if we'll get to new ones or not. Oh, pre-release is this coming weekend, right? Hey, afternoon, Leon How are you? Wait, how are we doing? How are we doing, Mine Royale? Can we challenge? It's always a challenge. The one thing I dislike. Hey, okay, so we're doing standard. The one thing I dislike about viewer battle streams is arena's just so clunky. Arena, what are we playing in standard? I'm just gonna play random decks. Let's play Zersagas. Oh, hey, what's up, Fairy Cyclops? How are you? I also decided all kind of mid-rangey fair decks. One of the bits of feedback I got from the last viewer submitted stream is I played a couple combo decks, and if the combo works, the opponent doesn't get to do anything. So I tried to play all like mid-rangey fair decks. So hopefully everyone's deck will get a chance to do their thing. Already on the arena friends list. it does help. Being on the friends list is going to be helpful for getting in there. I have an explorer deck. Oh wait, no wait. You have an explorer deck? That's fine. This deck is explorer power level. We're good. Mana base might be a little clunky, but I got you. Not intimidated. Ooh, Stitcher Supplier. Zer can take down a historic. Oh my god, that's a Thassa's Oracle. Let's run out a Spirited Companion draw card. Afternoon, Doggamith, how are you? Hey, Seth, I'm trying to get back into MTG. Stop playing a bit after Dominarium Paper. What can I do in Constructed? Trying to be budget friendly. Ooh. Well, are you playing, so in Paper you said? Paper and Arena. So on Arena, and I guess in Paper too, like, we're just about to get Phyrexia. So it's a good time to get back in, I think. Yeah, let's run out Zer. What is going on over here? Stitcher Suppliers, Deadly Disputes, Miss Land Drops. Well, we will see. What format do you want to play, JP? I'll get you on the list. We already have like 18 people, so we'll get through as many as we can. So no promises, but I will add you to the list. Wait, was this Demonic Bargain cast? No. Oh yes. Uh-oh. Oh, is this a Thassa's Oracle Demonic Bargain combo deck? That's kind of spicy. Well, what does this do? Probably it doesn't stop Thassa's Oracle very well. Let's just Restoration of Ajano. All right, let me see. We'll grab a Plains. I'll try to get everyone added to the list. Play a Spar's Headquarters. Hit you for 2. Come on, Mine Royale. Bring it. So how was everyone's weekend? Yeah, opponent's deck looks cool. I've seen something like this in Pioneer. I've never seen an Explorer version of it though. All right, I gotta pay attention to the game. Yeah, let's discard actually, you might want to cycle this. Let's discard the Shipwreck Marsh. Our clock is not that fast. Opponents down to 13 cards in their deck. Well, I feel like we're about to die to Thassa's Oracle. Double Demonic Bargain is kind of scary. Hit you down to 13, play the land, and let's pass the turn. Maybe Zer can save us. Hey Seth, I'm moving right now and uncovered all these cards. I forgot I had been calling them room packs. Wait, you uncovered a bunch of like forgotten cards? I think we're gonna need to. Okay. I think we're gonna need to ban Nykthos at some point. Sadly, I like Nykthos. I think I really want them to ban Karn first, but I'm getting to the point like I don't know. How has your Explorer experience been lately? I know for me, I feel like I play against Green Devotion too much to the point where it's like kind of made me play less Explorer recently in the last month or so. And I'm like a big Nykthos fan. I went to Boston over the weekend. It was super fun, but my friend and I came back with a skin rash. that Boston skin rash. Oh, about it. Passing. Well, something's gonna happen soon. Either we're gonna win with Zerbeat Dowds, or our opponent's going to combo off here. Well, yeah. Make the good boy a little bigger. Yeah, I feel like we need to... We need to... Oh, God. Oh, it comes back as a creature still. Oh, it's... Okay, I guess it is a creature. Little excited about nothing there. All right, get in, hit ya. Actually, the Saga flipping, I think, was a bad thing. That cost us a bunch of damage. 2 more turns? I don't know if we got 2 more turns. Just ban both Karn and Storm the Festival. We'll make him weaken mono green, but still allow Nykthos to exist. I mean, that's kind of my preferred outcome. Yeah, sure. When it comes down to it, like, I like Nykthos in every deck except green. Like, some that we'll play today, Mono Black Devotion, got Mono Red Devotion, Mono Blue Devotion. All those decks are not too strong, and they're really fun. So I'd hate to see them all go away. Yeah, Karn, Storm the Festival. Although Storm the Festival... The new Green Sun's Twilight probably could replace it. It wouldn't be as strong, but because you don't get the flashback, but it would still be pretty good. Hey, Seth, really hoping I can play against you today, but working all afternoon, so have a nice day. Ooh. Fallacy Archaeologist Day. Enters battlefield, mill 3 cards. You can put a 9-creature online card into your hand. Okay. 4 cards left in the deck. Well, we're either just gonna make it or just not gonna make it. All of our Zur life gain is going for nothing. The deck looks sweet, Mine Royale. I like it. Hey, what's up, EG Stilts? How are you? Good to see ya. I thought the stream starts in 1 minute. Yeah, that is the official start time, but because it's Viewer Battle Day, I wanted to, should we be countering this? Is this the thing we counter? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's gonna draw 2. Huh. Probably not. Come on, play the Oracle. Shh. Please don't be watching Mine Royale. Just run it out. It'll be fine. I promise. Oh, Fatal pushes the Zur. Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, that doesn't really change anything. Psycho Rafine's Tower. We still have a 2-turn clock. Untap. Go to combat. Hit ya. Make a dork. Down to 5. Borrowed time the treasure. we can't have that treasure. How do we challenge you? So, pass the turn. So we started taking signups after last stream, so there's a bunch of people on the list. But if you would like to be added to the list, send me your arena name and in info, and I'll get you on it. No problem. We're gonna get through as many people as we can, so no promises that we'll actually make it through everyone. Well, I mean, if we're ever gonna counter anything, it's this one. Obscura Charm. Oh, are we good? Are we good? Oh, there's the Oracle. GG. Oh, and that means we got to keep the record too. So viewers, 1-0. The deck looks sweet. I like it. I mean, Thassa's Oracle is a card that I used to really love. Then I kind of got to the point where I felt like it was a little too easy, but that's mostly in Commander. I think in 60 card formats, like we saw there, you got to do a lot of work. Like, had to cast multiple demonic bargains and do all this stuff. So I think that's a pretty cool deck. I like it. Hey, no, that was all good, Wondrous. Like, honestly, I was pretty close to beating you. I was pretty close. It was very close. Hey, thank you. What's up, Sunsets? All right, next on our list. Oh, also, if you're just getting here and you haven't already, you should accept my friend request if you signed up early for viewer battle stream. So 1 down, 1 loss already. Mine Royale with a beatdown. GG. All right, let's see who's next. That's near the top of the list here. Lucid. Are you here, Lucid? You know, I'm gonna send you a challenge. You're actually at the very top of the list, so, and you're in the friends here. So, Lucid, I think we're historic brawling, which is interesting. Friendly brawl. Wow, there's a lot of... What is 60 card rebalance? Oh, like alchemy stuff? What are we playing for Brawl? I want to play this Taunos deck. I just built this deck. I haven't got to play it yet. I don't know if it's going to be good, but we'll try it. Lucid! Where do we send the info? So if you want to get added to the list, you can just send it to me in the chat. You can also email it to me if you'd rather. saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Here we go! Historic Brawl match number 1 versus Lucid. I was fooling around building with Encroaching Mycosynth and Brilliant Restoration, but decided to cut the Mycosynth, just play Sagas with All Will Be One. Ooh, that's spicy. Yeah, the Sagas getting counters work pretty well with All Will Be One, don't they? I was wondering, so Encroaching Mycosynth, that deck looks fun. That's but Jace... I mean, I guess it works with Brilliant Restoration. Still, Jace. If there's ever a deck that was going to make Jace good, it's probably this one. Like, you got All Will Be One, so it deals damage. You really want to mill a lot, so... I'm still just, like, surprised how much they... It seems like they power down Jace. Can we keep this? Yeah, so we got Celestis. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Mondrag is one of the cards I'm most excited about. Ooh, Nethroy. Uh-oh. I don't think we have any graveyard hate. Yes, you can. I'll get you on the list, Rooker. All right, land, go. Oh, so with Encroaching Mycosynth. Oh yeah, the bargain. Here's the deck. It's in the chat if you wanna see the deck we just played against. Yeah, I haven't seen this in Explorer yet. That's super sweet. All right, what do we got here? Some milling. Well, let's play the land. Get down the Arcane Signet. So Rucker, I think you're already on my friends list from a previous viewer battle stream. So I will just add you to the list here. What do we got, Lucid? So Nethroy could be fair. Can also be kind of combo-y. So this is a Taunos, mostly beast, slightly mutate deck. No idea if it's actually good. When are we gonna get some precursor Golem against odds action? I put it on the poll. At least once, maybe twice, and it hasn't been voted for yet. Ugh, alright. Well, missing land drops, but at least we got a Celestis. Oh, also, I mentioned this before, but if you got sweet decks for Thursday's stream, for early access day, send me those as well. I got you, Josie. Added to the list. As I mentioned before, we'll just get through as many people as we can. If you're just getting on the list now, no promises that we get through 20 plus matches, but we'll do our best. Ooh. Search the top third of your library for a card. Put that card in your hand, then shuffle. This is kind of a cool use of digital only cards. Like, this is a card that you could print in paper. You just wouldn't print in paper because it would be annoying to resolve. Like, you don't want to have someone playing Commander and have to, like, count that they have 81 cards in their deck and then do the math at what a third is. But it is like, there's nothing, weird or digital only about it, other than it would just be a hassle to actually resolve in paper. I don't know. Is there a way that you could do this? Is there a way you could do this to make it work in paper? without requiring people to count for 100 hours. I would probably just concede if someone played this against me and Commander, just like, yeah, that's fine. Or actually what I do would just be like, just grab like the top half of your deck, whatever. Close enough. Oh, I am also pretty hyped for Machine Mommy. I've been working on decks a little bit. I already got a couple Ellis Yorn decks. Oh man, that card's so good. What do we do now? Still missing land drops. Unfortunate. So we can't get down Taunos. Well, I mean, I guess it's Skyclave Relic. No kicker, unfortunately. Gilded Goose Honk Honk. Pass the turn. You added me to your friends list and then removed me. What does that mean? Am I still in? Oh, that was a mistake then, Arco. I was trying to remove people who were in old viewer battle streams, just so we had a manageable, imaginable list of people, and didn't have a bunch of. Ooh, Luminous Broodmoth, such a sweet card. I will get you re-added, but you're still on the list, so you're good. This has got to be a combo deck of some kind, right? Luminous Broodmoth. Nethroid can't come down yet. Oh, all right, we're gonna play Taunos. Please don't kill it. Let us do cool things, Lucid. It'll be fine. The thing about Taunos is it looks scary, but it's really not scary. Like, it looks scary because it's like a Panharmonicon, but when you think about birds and beasts, it's like, what are we actually doing? Like double Ledger Shredder, I guess, is something. Double Manglehorn. Oh god. Underrealm Lich. Okay, this is getting scarier. Broodmoth to the face. Sure. Well, here we go, I guess. So, mutate, migratory greathorn. Wait, it's a human. Oh, okay. On Gilded Goose, I guess. No, yes, we'll put it on the Gilded Goose. Double Crater Hoof's legit. Well, that's gonna be quite the goose here. Over. This is a lot of ramping, I think. If this works the way I hope it works. So we get a forest. We definitely need land drops. And then this mutates. And we get two. Ooh, that's actually kind of good. Hey, welcome, Sinister. You have come into a viewer battle stream. We get to see all of our sweet viewer decks today too. Okay, that was pretty good. That was not bad. I guess we play Beseju. Double Garrick's Harbinger. Taunos going off. I don't even know if any of this is making us win, but we're doing things. I wonder if the no human restriction was necessary. It's so funny because it's like, yeah, the snow-covered eyelids, the pixel snow-covered lands look really good. It's such a weird restriction because it's like a flavor thing. You know, it was supposed to be the like humans versus monsters flavor. So I don't think there was any real like gameplay reason that you needed mutate to not work on humans, but it was supposed to be like a flavor thing. Wait, what does this do? Oh, I guess our opponent's the mutate deck now. Oh, you get back Baladros too. Oh, are we dead? That is a full graveyard. Yes, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah, Stranger Man, send me your info and I'll add ya. The only thing I can think of is there's a changeling issue in mind with Orvar. Yeah, that could be, I guess. Hey, what's up, Spawns? Good to see ya. Okay, that's a big board. But at least we get to untap and play a beast. However will you beat it? Wait, how? That's a lot of mana value. Isn't it 10? Oh, it's power 10 or less. Oh, that's kind of busted. Okay. I was thinking it was mana value. That's way more than 10 mana value, but yeah. Belladros only 4 power. Kind of an upside here. Oh, we're getting crushed. We're getting crushed. I have your info, Megacarp. You're on the list. I gotcha. All right, Rite of Oblivion. Wow, this is getting worse and worse. Belladros is it's a really good card. Remember when, like 2 years ago, we had like 4 mana doublers in Standard and how miserable that was? At least now they're printing like slightly safer mana doublers. But Belladros, even a pay 10 life mana doubler is pretty good. All right, MDFC, MDFC. Is there any possible way we don't die here? There's, oh boy, double mana. This still gets blocked. Oh, this is so bad. I think we're just dead. All right. Vivian's Arcbow. Maybe this will save us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can go 6 cards deep. But this only works when we cast a beast. So I guess we actually have to... I mean, we should have done this in the opposite order. Yeah. Play the Ledger Shredder. I think we just need a chump blocker to stay alive. We could have connived if we did it the other way. I think we're actually just gonna hold this. We might be losing, but maybe we can get our opponent on the way out. past the turn. Can Taunos be strong? Is there any way to make Taunos actually strong? Hey, what's up, Obsidian Doom? How are you? Do you ever get salty on a match other than when you can't play Blood Moon? Not usually. I'm pretty good at not getting salty. A long time ago, like when I first started playing Magic, I would get salty sometimes. But at this point, it's pretty rare that I actually get salty. Or even if I do get salty, it's like not all that salty, if that makes sense. I feel conflicted about wanting to win, but not wanting Seth to lose. I know, it's a catch 22 on viewer battle day. there's not a beast wrath. Not on arena, at least. There's some good beasts that aren't on arena. Oh god, this is still happening? Well, this Destroy Disruption seeming less likely to be good. Ambitious, I say. Again, yeah, maybe against Tron a little bit. Okay. Sacks, Ledger Shredder, gets it back. Mills 2 cards. So this has been very impressive. Oh, oh, that. Oh, okay, sure. I think our new hope is that that Arena crashes here. Look at this graveyard. Oh, and there's an Ashnod. Oh, we're so bro, 18 creatures. Oh, we're so dead. Actually, no. Oh, I was gonna say I think that our opponent might mill out, but the Underrealm Lich prevents that, doesn't it? Like, oh my god. Yeah. Well, I think we lost a little bit. Oh no, down 2-0 to the viewers. We're gonna have to pick it up. I'm sorry for whoever's next, but I'm gonna have to break out Mono Red Prison. We gotta get on the board. Eerie Ultimatum it's one of the most fun cards to resolve, I think. Little less fun when you're against it. At least it makes you die quickly. Like, we'll let the triggers resolve, but for all intents and purposes, we're like literally dead here. You can just sack everything. Yeah, opponent can just sack everything to Ashnod's altar, and we're dead to the Blood Artist. And our opponent, yeah, good game, good game. You got us. Well, that was impressive, Lucid. That was, oh, that looks sweet. I'm gonna have to build a Nethroi deck now. I'm gonna have to build a Nethroi deck because that was really cool looking. Yeah, that was pretty epic. My Taunos did not keep up with that. Stranger Man, did I get you? Let me see. I don't know. Are you one of these people down here in the dark that's been copy and pasted from Twitch? Yeah, that was sweet, Lucid. That was an impressive beatdown. Now I kind of want to build Nethroi. All right, who do we got next? Who do we got next? So he did Mine Royale. Actually, you know what? This is not a slight to anyone, but after we've played, I think I'm gonna unfriend people just so I can try to manage the list a little bit. And then we can do it again next time. So at the top of the list, Berts. What are we playing, Berts? Berts standard. All right, Berts, you're about to be challenged. You're at the top of the list, standard, and here we go. Oh, I know, Cardias. Hopefully, were you on the list last time and I didn't get to you? That sounds familiar. One thing I do try to do is if you're on the list last time and didn't get to play, what's your info, Water Arco? Oh, that's right. You're the I remember. You got accidentally deleted. I will re-add you now. One thing we do try to do is if you didn't get to play last time, I try to get you at the top of the list. So I'll try to get you. I'll try to get you, Corneus. Although what's your username? Also, apologies. I know it's a little clunkier than a normal stream because we got to do all this stuff. So apologies for that if you're watching. It's the joy of viewer battle day. Did I see your message? I don't think so, Grand Stranger. Kyoto. Oh, so I might have already sent you a friend request then. I will double check. Are you around? Are you around, Berts? Berts. All right, there you go, Arco. You have been successfully resent a friend request. Uh-oh. No deal? Opponent canceled. How do we enter to play? Let me try to challenge you again, Berts. You can only challenge... Oh, no. The one thing, I mentioned this before, the one thing I don't like about Viewer Battle Day is, Arena's so bad at this. I don't know why Arena doesn't make it easy to challenge people. Oh, all right, avert your eyes. The desktop is very, it's nice and clean, I mean. Don't look, avert your eyes. Maybe reloading will fix it. All right, Berts, I'm sending you another challenge as soon as this reloads. It's spoiler season. The desktop always gets full during spoiler season. All right, Berts. You have been challenged for standard. Oh. Will a Merfolk deck be played today? I don't have a Merfolk deck, but it's always possible that an opponent has one. What are we gonna try? Let's see. Standard A. You know what? I don't think I've ever played this deck. Let's play. I think that I made this during Domineer United spoiler season. Can someone tell me how to enter to play? Disco, if you send me, so we got a list going. If you send me arena info, I will add you. We'll get through as many names as possible on the list. So we'll see. Definitely a little hit or miss at this point just because there's so many names on there. Good news is we do try to make sure if you don't get on this one, try to make sure that you get a chance next time. This hand looks pretty good. Ramp into good 4-drops. I mean, you just put it in chat. You can also DM it, me, or email me if you'd rather. Ooh, Death Bonnet Sprout. All right, a little bit of graveyard action. Ragavan probably. Ah, boy, it's so tough. Ragavan is definitely incredibly powerful. Oh, standard. Oh, I will see what I can do. Standard Brawl is the one thing that I do not play at all. So, can I play a standard deck against your standard Brawl deck? Seth at MTGGoldfish.com. Yeah, that works. I logged in Arena. Let me know how far down the list I am. Ooh, Oh, it's a Titania deck. Sweet. Yeah, let's just play the land, pass the turn. I wanted to build a Sultai Mill deck for standard back when Midnight Hunt came out. Not enough wild cards. Yeah. Oh man. So I tried. I just realized the pain of this. So I decided I was gonna put a deck together on Hearthstone. Wow, that economy is pretty horrible. I'm used to complaining about the Magic economy, and rightly so. But after trying to recently put a Hearthstone deck together, I can see why people are like somewhat skeptical of dusting as well. Like dusting, I think when it comes down to it, dusting or no dusting, it's just really about how generous is the company going to be. Because Hearthstone has dusting, but it's still like impossible to build a deck. I mean, I still think dusting is a good thing, but dusting with a bad economy is still bad when it comes down to it. Like, if your economy is just super greedy, dusting or no dusting, it's still going to be crappy. I think, I don't know is Arena better than Hearthstone? I don't know about that. Yeah. I think that it's interesting that you need less cards. I think that's an upside of Hearthstone. Yeah, let's just cash this in, make a samurai.
Keep watch for intruders.
And yeah, let's Brutal Cathar. Get rid of this Urborg Lure. I mean, do you think Arena economy is better? So this is coming from the perspective of someone who I guess would be a whale. Like, I spend a lot of money on Arena, and I don't really spend money on Hearthstone, so I don't know how much it would cost me if I was just going to buy a deck, but it felt like it would be a lot, like more than I wanted to pay. Arena from the perspective of someone who is trying to do it as a paying customer is really expensive. Ooh, Oddity. As a free-to-play player, I'm actually curious, as a free-to-play player, what is better? Like, if you're free-to-play mode, is Arena or Hearthstone more generous? That I really don't know. Yeah, let's just pass again. Let's flip the Brutal Cathar. A rental mode would be amazing. That would be so incredibly helpful. That's what makes Magic Online so nice. Like, I don't know if they'll ever do it, but the fact that you can just pay like $10 a month or whatever amount, like it ends up being for what format you want to play. But the fact that you can just play like a subscription fee, so much better than having to randomly open packs and hope for the best. Lord Dice with the gift sub to Tangerine. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. And B-Hawk with the gift sub to Lord Dice. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. You know what? Let's just put that on top. We would like our things to live for now. I used to play Hearthstone. I would hoard cards, and I would dust when I would get something nerfed. So here was my experience. So I put together a Hearthstone deck. And I don't know if there's a way around this, or if I'm just like doing it wrong, or if the economy just actually is pretty punishing. So I had a bunch of dust, which is Hearthstone's like gold basically, but I had a bunch of dust just that was sitting around because playing like drafts forever ago or whatever. So like, I'm gonna put this deck together. So I put together, using all my dust, I put together this rogue deck, which was kind of cool, and I played it a little bit, and then I was like, oh, I played against this cool like paladin deck that someone played against me. Maybe I want to try that deck. And I was like, okay, then can I build this deck? And I went to build that deck, and I was like, oh, like I can't. Like I would probably have to spend, I don't know, $100 or something to put this deck together. And it was really sad because I was like, well, I guess I could take all the cards out of my rogue deck that I just built like a day ago and like dust all of those. But then what if I want to play the rogue deck again? That would actually be like counterproductive. So then I just gave up, and I was like, I'm gonna play Magic. Yoda man, welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup Jeffrey, thank you. But the takeaway for me was dusting is not necessarily the cure-all. I still think that dusting, like, I like the player agency that dusting provides. Like, I think you should have the option. I don't like Wizards being like, you have to keep 10, 12, 16, 20, 24 copies of Dress in your collection. Like, I think that's, like, ridiculous and borderline, like, criminal. But I don't think that dusting necessarily would just solve all of life's problems either. My Hearthstone experience convinced me of that. I have not gotten free gems. I might have to look that up in between games. I think Arena is better for free to play. Having to dust your cards to get others feels horrible. Seems like you never get a real collection. Oh, I have so many dresses. So many dresses. Some lands. What is it? Scry lands. I have like 8 of every. Like, I don't even know how that's legal. I don't even know it's legal when it comes down to it. It's like, I don't know. The cards have like zero value, but you still get them in packs. It's so strange. That's a 5/5. That's a hulking horror. I guess we can just Wandering Emperor it. It is good to see Urborg Lurgleif. Well, we played the very first deck I think we played after this came out was an Urborg Lurgleif deck, and it worked so well. And then Urborg Lurgleif has done nothing since then. Like, literally straight up nothing.
I hope you're ready to...
Sorry, 5/5. little too hulking. Hey, what's up, Gremlin? Good to see you. How are you? I'm full free to play in Arena. I have a great collection since I started 2017, but starting now free to play sounds miserable. Do you do a lot of drafting, Juice Caboose? That would be my other question. I feel like that also plays into it. Like, how much do you enjoy drafting, and how much do you draft?
Remember your training.
If you're someone who likes drafting and does a lot of it, then I think the economy works really well for you. Or if you start a long time ago, although the like started a long time ago thing, that's kind of the same as Paper Magic to some extent, where like, if you started playing Paper Magic in 1993, you probably have Black Lotuses and all the original dual lands and a house worth of value in your Magic collection. If you started even 5 years after maybe, but if you started in the last 10 years, like, those things are all just completely inaccessible. You will never be able to get those cards, most likely. Yeah, the first strike block plan might have been better there. Opponent didn't have mana up, so there's like a go for the throat or something would have been a blowout, but still might have been better just to go for it. I'm not sure how much instant speed removal this deck would play. It's to make Goyf work, you got to be pretty permanent based, so it might be that like Skyfisher is the main removal spell. If Toxic goes crazy, will Wizards unban Meathook Massacre? I would be surprised. I would also be surprised if Toxic went crazy though. Oh, 2 spells opponent. Wow, this is the mighty brutal Cathar. Yeah, sorry opponent. We will tick up on, I guess, Sanctuary Warden. Go to combat. Hit ya. Remove a +1/+1 counter. Draw a card. So it's been a very good brutal Cathar. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll just do it now. Whatever. Get the max value. Silver Scrutiny. Draw 4. I'm new to Magic like 2 weeks ago. I did a draft and got 5 wins. I got my investment back and got 40 cards. That's nice. Yeah, that's one of the other big upsides, I think, compared to Hearthstone is... This is gonna hurt. Yeah. Those return. Titania's... Well, we got another Brutal Cathar, so I guess we're not just dead, but that was bad. Yeah, at least you get to keep all the cards in arena drafts, which is nice. That makes drafting, like, the best way, I think, to build a collection on arena. Mono Black Elf Splashing Green for Shaman of the Pack needs testing. 8 black mana dorks. Ooh. Do you think the new Tyver will work in Elves? I'm very intrigued. Tyver was a card when it first came out. I was just like, it's not going to do anything in Standard. And I still think that, or not do much in Standard. And it looked like bad grist for older formats. But then the more I thought about it, like, there's some pretty sneaky synergies in Modern, where I think Tyver might be maybe the best Modern card in the whole set now. Well, let's play another Loam Speaker. Play the land. Play the Shauna. Take up Wandering Emperor on the Shauna. Hit you with the Sanctuary Warden. Sure. Ooh, a Sarah combo, yeah? Yeah, having Gwen face seems big. Elf seems good. It seems, I think Devoted Druid combo is like the most obvious one. Golden Bags have really helped out with collection buying. I really hope they keep those. If they get rid of the golden packs, I'm going to be so disappointed. That is one truly generous thing they did for the economy. Yep, you're on there, Grand Strategizer. I see ya. $12 Sardian. What are you doing with 12 Sardian Adventures? All right, we'll block and block. Oh, did any of you see the the Commander Clash podcast? I'm curious if the rest of the crew was right. So we did a podcast today where we had to design our own cards. My card everyone thought was broken. I'm curious if it actually is as broken as people think, because I think the design's really cool. But this has been quite the battle. Sarah Paragon. Get back to Brutal Cathar. We cannot let the Titania flip. That's our one job. Get in, hit ya. And hit ya. Draw a card.
I'd run if I were you.
Opponent. Blocks. Oh, do we get to draw a bunch of cards? I think we actually get to draw with Shauna. I think it's actually happening. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of life, isn't it? Whew, 8 life. Snipe the Goy. End of turn. Draw 3. Shauna value. If you actually get to draw the card, Shauna's pretty good. Did you have the axe? I did. The axe. Here's the card. Is this card too busted? 2 mana equipment. So it would be in like a commander precon probably. But 2 mana equipment, or commander legends maybe. 2 mana equipment. Whenever a land enters a battlefield under opponent's control from anywhere but their hand, you draw a card to make a treasure. So if your opponent rampant grows or fetch lands, and then you can equip it for 2, and when equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you search their library for basic, put into play under someone's control, and then they shuffle. So you can ramp yourself like Sword of the Animist, or you can put the land into play under an opponent's control, and that would trigger the first ability, so you get a treasure and a card. I think the design's really cool, but then everyone said it was just too busted. Am I power creeping? Am I power creeping Magic too much? The static needs to, so I wanted decks that weren't equipment decks. That didn't have a ton of creatures to be able to play it. Like, kind of like Shadowsphere. It's best with creatures, but if you put it in a deck without a lot of creatures, you can still get value out of it because of the making stuff lose hexproof ability. Ooh, Deathbloom Ritualist. If Tyver works in Standard, it's probably going to be with this card. Deathbloom Ritualist with haste is kind of frightening. Well, get in with Shauna. Kill the Ritualist. I guess we should have attacked with some flyers too here. Yeah, maybe it needs to only be one of those abilities, like you only make a treasure or something. Just started Magic today and I have 2 meta decks. Really? How did you do that? That's actually very impressive. Ghost Quarter would be free cycling, yeah. I mean, Field of Ruin would be very good with it. I gotcha, yes. Stranger Man, I got it. I've added you to the list. Opponent cracks a clue. Well, Gala Greeters. We gotta be able to win at some point, right? We've made a pretty big board. Play the land, end of turn. Draw 5. The Shauna's going off. The Shauna is going off. 1, 2, 3. Currently shredding Historic Best of 1 with eggs. Thank you for introducing me. Is that deck actually busted in Best of 1? As we were playing it the other night, it felt like the kind of deck that would absolutely just crush people in Best of 1. Ooh, Sloggerk. Sloggerk's such a cool card. I don't really understand the art though. Is that a house in its face? What is going on? What is going on in the top part of that art? Yeah. I love well-made custom MTG cards. I'm on 2 Discord servers dedicated to custom cards. That's sweet. Yeah, this is the first time we've tried anything like that, so it was fun to try. All right, Monkey time. We're gonna see if we can close this out. Monkey. Make some triggers. Grow the Gala Greeter. Grow the Grala Greeter. Brutal Cathar. I'm sorry, Berts. The deck looks sweet, Berts. It really does. It really does. But I think we're about to kill you. We gotta win once in a while. You gotta let me win on occasion, chat. You can't just beat me every time. Get rid of the Sloggerk. Make a treasure. Make a treasure. Why does no one play Shauna in Standard? Just the wrong colors? So Slogger goes back to hand. Hey, what's up, Christoph? How are you? Well, so far so bad. I have not beaten a viewer yet, but that might be changing here. Things are looking good at the moment. Having lots of fun though. Yeah, I mean, dice to removal, I guess, is true. It's so, like, even if you draw with it once, though, it's so worth it. Yeah, get rid of old Rusty over there. And then do that, and then tick up on a flyer, and then play a land, and swing with everything, and hope that this is lethal. Come on, Magic Gods. I was so high on Endless Detour, too. I made a Risen Reef Scoot Swarm Corpse Knight combo deck. Ooh, that sounds super spicy. So Risen Reef to put lands into play to trigger Scoot Swarm to drain with Corpse Knight? That actually sounds super sweet. Is it lethal? Oh, just barely. Berts! Thank you. Thank you for letting me win one, Berts. The deck looked really sweet. I hope we see more Goyfs in Standard, because I really love that card. That's such a, it's such a cool card. All right, we're on the board. We're on the board. I did the record wrong. 1 and 2. Who's up next, viewers? All right, Grand Strategizer, you've already challenged me, so I think I will just click accept. Actually, what format are we playing? What format are we playing, Grand Strategizer? Grand Strategizer, Pioneer Historic. So, are we playing Historic or Explorer, Grand Strategizer? Good game, Birds, good game. I'm glad to see the Matt Legend card draw. Yeah, we actually got to see it go off, which was pretty sweet. How mad would you be if I requested Alchemy Artisan for our match? I sent you 6 deck lists I thought you would like. Oh, so, I mean, I've never played Alchemy Artisan. I haven't played Alchemy in like a year. How is... I thought I was 4th on the list. The list is not exactly in the right order. So basically, you can be next, Superwell. It's kind of going by people who have accepted the friend requests. So, you know, I'll play Wizard Monicon. Hopefully it's Explorer. It's kind of going by people who've accepted the friend request. All right, Historic works. Let's do it, Grand Strategizer. Yeah, the arena friend request thing is still not fully fleshed out. Have you built any decks for early access? I've been working on it. Yeah, not as many as I'd like, but I have like 6 or 7 so far, so I'm getting there. I was thinking about trying to do a brewing stream, but I don't know if I'm gonna actually find the time to do it before early access on Thursday. I mean, this sounds okay. We do need another land, but as long as we get one more land, we should be good. So, what is the upside of... What is the upside of Alchemy Artisan? Is Alchemy Artisan somehow better than normal Artisan? Do I have a Simic Toxic list ready? I haven't built Simic Toxic. Is Alchemy like Hearthstone? Basically, it's actually a pretty good way to think of it. It is about as close to Hearthstone as you get on Magic Arena. Opponents. More Thoughtseizes. Abash. Build a deck with Eevee and Venerated Rot Priest. I will say, I am like kind of shocked how hyped people are for Venerated Rot Priest. I think this has to be one of the cards that I've seen the most brews around in years. Like, I have had so many people send me some sort of list that's trying to win with Venerated Rot Priest, from Standard to Explorer and Historic and Modern. Everyone loves the idea of trying to storm off with this card. I'm definitely interested in trying it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm honestly skeptical. I don't know. Like, do we think these decks are actually going to work? Or are they like against the odds decks? I mean, I guess we'll find out on Thursday when we actually get to try them. Opponent, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Well, we will kill the Goblin. People they love the Rot Priest idea. I mean, it is a really cool card, so I can't blame people, but I've been surprised. I've probably gotten like 20 lists from people built around that card in specific. It is by far the most popular card people are brewing around with this set. I saw someone discussing Rot Priest for CDH. They said the pieces for it don't exist yet, but it's something to keep an eye on. I worry a little bit about like fragility. Like, there's just not another Rot Priest in Standard. So, like, what do you do if you can't find a Rot Priest, or if your opponent kills the Rot Priest? That's the part that makes me think it could be, like, more against the odds than anything. Because they're just not a backup. But maybe there's a way it's like, I don't know, something like this, maybe Storm Chaser Drake, and the backup's just, like, trying to draw a bunch of cards. Maybe there's a way that you're Venerated Rot Priest, but kind of like the budget Boggles deck we played, where you can win with Rot Priest, or you can win by beating down with your creatures. Oh, it's an Ishin deck. Oh, you can't Wizard's Lightning. Oh, boy. We were so bad at drawing lands. Those 2 Thoughtseizes really hurt. Mulligan for it, and then your whole deck is protection spells. Yeah, so kind of... but then if you're doing that, that reminds me of, like, Zombie Hunt. Which I think is still an against the odds style. Oh! Yes, sorry, Grand Strategizer. We cannot get ill-heart with Ish. Oh, no. Well, okay, that actually lets us play a card. Boom. Elite Guard Mage. Draw a card. Pass the turn. I'm definitely intrigued by it. I'm excited to try it. We will definitely send me your Rot Priest brews, and we will try some on during early access day and see if we can actually pull it off. See if we can get a feel for it. Also, speaking of might tokens, oh, that's so good. Oh, we're in sad shape here. Opponent hits us. Down to 17. Okay. Idol of Endurance. Let's see if this can save us. Hollowed Fountain. Idol of Endurance. Play a Baron. Bounce an Ishin. Pass the turn. Idol of Endurance is actually kind of sweet. I think next turn we probably try to bolt the Kiki. This turn, like, our opponent's got enough cards in hand that copying it might not be good. Alright, Ishin's back. Okay, maybe this Idol of Endurance saves us. It might. Are might tokens even good? That's another thing I've been... Wow, they're going to do it. Okay. That's another thing I've been wondering about about this set. Like, oh, they had 2 lands in hand. Yeah, Bolding Kiki would have been pretty good there. Do you think that might tokens are actually good? What's your advice for an arena player getting into Moto? Use one of the card rental programs and expect it to take a minute to get used to the client. If you're coming from arena, it's a little different. It's a little different. You got to get used to the beautiful spreadsheet look. Moto's actually very functional, and it does a good job of replicating paper magic, but it is also... Ooh. Until end of turn, you may cast creature spells from among the cards exiled with Idol. We still have to do this with timing restrictions, right? So we can't flash stuff in. I assume we can't flash stuff in. All right, let's do this. 1, 2. Hey, what's up, dear Magello? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see ya. Oh, we're gonna let this Kiki live again. All right, 1, 2. We activate the idol first. 1, 2. Harmonic Prodigy, Panharmonicons, Ether Channeler, Double Trouble, bounce your Ishin, Bounce your reflections, a Kiki Jiki. Go on the offensive. Wow, opponents at 5? Oh my goodness, I forgot all those thought seasons and Painlands are adding up. They're adding up. Oh, hey, what's up, Paladin? I can add you to the list for sure. Send me your arena info and I will add you to the list. Although the list, we'll see. We're getting through as many as we can. My guess is if you were added to the list now, odds are probably not super high that we get to it today, but it is good to be on the list because it helps for next time. Yeah, I'm imagining timing restrictions still apply. Until end of turn, you may cast a creature spell from among the cards. It seems to me like you still gotta pay. Okay. Season Pyromancer, sure. Are you going to do Phyrexian Planeswalker Tribal for, ooh, like the completed Planeswalkers? That could be a sweet against the odds. I haven't really considered that. Either way, Paladin, whatever you're comfortable with, it works either way. Yeah, I assume I would have to have more words on it to break the timing restriction. I guess if it was a flash creature, you could do it during your opponent's turn. Oh, I kind of want to just ephemera and... Oh, come on, opponent. More Ilhargs. Forsaken Crossroads on white. Well, I think we win here. Sadly. Sadly. I just want to generate value. Vital Endurance. Well, I think the problem would be that the prototype creatures have too high of mana value for it to actually work. Yeah, just playing the Guard Mage again. We just gotta hit a red source. As long as we hit a red source, we're good. Oh, not that one. Okay, Sacred Foundry works. Draw, Sacred Foundry. Untap. We're back up to 19 somehow. Vashino Pyromancer. Going up. Wizards. 4 to the face. And... I guess we're just the better Painter Monocon. Attack a Monocon versus Wizard Monocon, and it looks like Wizard Monocon gonna take it down. Grand Strategizer. The deck looks super fun. Issued such a cool card. Yeah, we could have just bounced our opponent's board. There was a lot of ways we could have went about that. The deck looks sweet, Grand Strategizer. I really liked it. That looks super good. Ishin is just such a good card to play with. I enjoy playing with Ishin. All right, next, who did I say? There was someone I said. Good games, Grand Strategizer. I always click the wrong thing there. I always think it's gonna do. Oh, you're already on here, Paladin. Maybe from last time. Superwell. I think Superwell. I told you we could play next. So Superwell, what format are we playing? Back up to 2-2. We have evened it. With the viewers. Superwell, historic brawl, eh? All right, Super. Click the wrong thing again. Okay, Grand Strategizer, thank you for the match. And Superwell, challenge in... Wait, where did you go? Oh, up here, all right. Challenge accepted, Superwell. Let's play some... Yeah, let's play Aster. Aster's sweet. Ooh, Ishin Samurai. That sounds spicy. What format's that for? E3 is Chaos. Is that standard? Corneus. Yes. Did I send you a friend request and did you accept it? Actually, What's your username? But yes, you should be able to be next. Because you've been waiting since last viewer battle stream. Ooh, Raga Draga. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I don't know. Oh no! Oh no! I'm less excited. Raga Draga with Leyline Abundance to start is so scary. Hey, what's up? What's up, dear Braid? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Kyoto. All right, Cordius. Oh. Well, we get to ramp at least. That's kind of a win, I guess. Get the tap land out of the way. Raga Draga. Yeah. Let's do a little scrying. Maybe it would have been better to Fable there. Nettle Cyst, Amiria's Call. I don't think we really want either of those. Bottom, pass the turn. Hey, how are you, Darebraid? Germ Tribal. Deathbloom Gardener. All right, so that's making double mana. But we have a Glorious End. Yeah, we'll run out. We'll run out, Aster. Oh, come on, Aster. Go 7 cards deep, too. 7 cards deep and still whiff somehow. I don't know. Is it supposed to sound Australian? Raga Draga. I mean, I guess it kind of does. There, one card deeper than we got there. Yeah, let's just Fable now. Go attacking. Yeah, we don't really have enough artifact. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Nettlesis isn't great here, but at least it would have made sure we hit something with Aster. That is true. Have you really never played Standard Brawl? I played Standard Brawl when they first announced it, and I didn't really like it that much. And so they announced Standard Brawl. They made like the Brawl decks and tried to make it into a thing, and it kind of just like flopped super hard. And then they announced Historic Brawl, and Historic Brawl was actually kind of fun. Wow, you're still not hitting lands. So ever since Historic Brawl became a thing, I have not played Standard Brawl. So I guess I played Standard Brawl like, wow, Eldraine, when they put out the precon decks, like around that era. So Standard Brawl is like 60 cards, right? 60 cards and only cards that are legal in Standard. Oh, God. Oh, no. I don't even know what happens here. I mean, I guess we die, but other than that, yeah. Yeah, sure. Do I have any combos for Gloria's End? No, and it is very bad. But, well, no, I think we have like Gideon. We have a couple ways to not lose the game. So there's a couple of synergies, but it's kind of mostly wow, this is an absurd draw for a Raga Draga deck. Leyline and Nyx Plume Ancient and Guardian Project. And we discarded our Rasp because none of this was happening and our opponent had like 4 lands. I thought we were safe, now that we have the lands for the Wrath anyway. About it. Raga Draga taps for mana, draws a card from the MDFC. Hey, thank you. I have too many questions. And that's Mana Dork. Imagine that. A Raga Draga deck playing Mana Dorks. Alright, here we go. Oh. How have we not been able to hit lands? How have we not been able to hit lands? We have to hit a land, right? Like, if we don't hit a land, none of this matters. This is so greedy, but we got to do it. We got to hit the land. Where's all the lands in our deck? Okay, we do hit a land. We will pass the turn. Opponent untaps with the most absurd board I have ever seen. Are we going to survive? Seems likely. we have the ultimate get out of jail free card. Wow, okay. Well, I guess the time has come. The time has come. We are out of here. See ya, Superwell. See ya. Oh, all right. Not dead yet. Very soon, but not yet. Opponent going to have a pretty good turn. Hopefully our opponent just mills themselves out accidentally. Oh, yeah. I mean, we did scry the Myriad Skull to the bottom. At the time, it... Oh, wow. 37 Llanowar Elves and a Morrowind? Arena might break here. This might just break Arena. The triggers are lagging. How do we get out of this? How do we get out of this? How do we win from here? Is there... I guess if we draw Wrath. What was that emote? Did you see the emote? Like, frantically struggling to go along with the triggers. That was like the angriest strumming I've ever seen. Oh, I feel like I'm playing against green Crim. It's green Crim. got the aggressive emote game, but Crim would never play this many green cards. I think Mondrak's gonna be a good arena crashing card. The emote was a Rotel Dorado reference. Oh, I don't think I've ever watched that. I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I've ever seen it. I think by the time that came out, I was too old for DreamWorks movies. Maybe it might have not quite been the right generation. I don't know what we do here. We do have Glorious End. That does a thing. Like, this is an absurd board state. Well, draw a card. We gotta somehow trick our opponent into killing themselves, I think. That's our only realistic hope. All right, there's our land. All right, go. We're good. We got Glorious End. We're fine. Yeah, this is all working out to plan. Oh, yeah, that was an Alchemy card. 4 and X, make X Llanowar Elves, and you get a Morrowind the Nurturer. These are, I almost wonder, like, this would be another card. Do you think we could ever see this in paper? Maybe not this exact card for, like, balance reasons, but could we ever have a paper card that was like, I mean, we could, right? We've even had them in Future Sight, like, create a Llanowar Elf token. Create a Morrowind the Nurturer token. Like, couldn't this card work in paper? Like, maybe it's too powerful or whatever, but couldn't this exact card work? It wouldn't say conjure, it would say create a token. But, like, create a Morrowind the Nurturer token and X Llanowar Elves tokens. Isn't there a Future Sight card that you, like, discard a card and you make a Llanowar Elf? Like, yeah, like the Spell Shapers. So this could be a paper card. They're not tokens. They're not tokens. That is the difference. That's what makes it digital only or whatever. Like, they can die and then get reanimated or something. But like 95% of the time, it works the same as if you made tokens of them. It'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, I mean, like the Dryad Arbor one, though, they didn't technically call them Dryad Arbors. They're just land Dryad tokens. They weren't named Dryad Arbor. Llanowar Mentor. Yeah, I think that might be... Oh, I'm supposed to be clicking things, aren't I? Sorry, Superwell. I was thinking it was on you. I should have known. We were still live. Llanowar Mentor. Llanowar Mentor. Discard a card. Put a 1/1 green elf druid creature token named Llanowar Elves into play. We definitely could do that. We could do... I wonder if they'll explore more of that design space at some point. Oh, you're right. Johnny does make... Yeah, we could definitely do more of this. So maybe this isn't even a... So maybe this isn't even a digital-only card at all. Like, maybe it could just be a real card. Well, neither of those save us. So I think our hope here... I don't know how this... I guess nothing saves us at this point. Our hope is somehow we Glorious End and then win. That's our hope. I don't know if it's possible. It would be the greatest comeback of all time. Though that is a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Settle the wreckage. Settle the wreckage. That 100 mana came from our opponent tapping a land, I think, right? They they like tapped a land and made 100 mana. They must have tapped a creature at some point. I don't even know. This Morrowind, yeah, this Morrowind taps for 200 some mana by itself. Oh, now I want to build Gorguts or Raga Draga. Yes, this is pretty good. So this is what happens when you don't have a sweeper. Is there a way we can turn this Glorious End into a win? Hopefully Superwell is not listening, because if they are, then definitely no. Oh, come on. Everything. Everything. Oh, I guess we're not even dead? Oh, okay. They don't have trample, right? They don't have trample. Oh, we're good. We get to chump. We're fine. Boom. Boom. Game on. Not over yet. Not dead yet. Marwin has trample? Oh. Raga Draga gives trample. In all honesty, there's no way we're going to win this. There is no... So what we could do is Glorious End and hope to, like... There's nothing we can draw, though. Like, if we draw a Wrath, that would reset the board, but then we die to Glorious End. If we draw a way to not die to Glorious End, then it's not a Wrath. So we were just dead either way, but... Yeah, okay. That was a beatdown. That was old Raga Draga beatdown. And that was a good one. All right, next. Ooh, Brother Sedan, thank you. Thank you, Wizards. All right, next challenge. Kyoto, I promised it was you since you've been waiting 2 streams. What format are we playing? Let's pull up the old sheet here. Kyoto, Explorer, Historic. Are we playing Explorer or Historic? Wait, what format are we playing, Kyoto? Explorer, okay. In that case, we're gonna play Rhinomonicon. Of course. Okay, so I think... So Cordius has been waiting for 2 streams. So I think here's gonna be the way we try to do this. So, ooh, we got a Rhino. This hand's good. So here's where it's at. The next people on our list: CS Dragon, Mango Alias, Looney, Superwell. Superwell just got to play. Good game, Superwell. And then Temzy, and then Eevee. So we're gonna try to go in this order to keep it as fair as possible. If you have not accepted my friend request, you will get skipped. So if you're one of these people and you're not here yet and you haven't accepted the friend request, so we're going to try to go in this order, but only if you've accepted the friend request so I can challenge you. So keep that in mind if you haven't accepted the friend request yet, but we'll try to just work through this order as much as we can. All right, Siege Rhinos, go, go, go. Yeah, you're, if you... Ooh, another Siege Rhino. Oh no, 2 Leyline of Anticipations. This should be interesting. Yeah, if you've sent me your info during the stream, I probably have not sent you a friend request yet, but I will do that as we get closer through the list. It wasn't pure hatred. It was an accident, Arco. It was an accident. It was actually, you know what happens is the problem is the names don't always line up, and like people's Twitch names are not their emails or their arena names, so it gets confusing. Okay, how do we do this? Well, I don't even know if we attack. Like, they're gonna flash something in. I guess we start trying to eat through these lane lines. These lane lines are, yeah, a little scary. Lane line 1, down. No attacks this turn. Ooh, Cemetery Illuminator. Oh, boy. Was Innistrad just a flop? Now that I'm... Wow, Overwhelmed Apprentice. What is going on? You milled our... Oh, it's on now, Kyoto. You milled our Panharmonicon. And we have double Rhino in hand. I don't want to deal with this flash. You're gonna have to play fairly over their flash deck. Get in, hit ya. Also, a quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Yeah, I feel like the return to Innistrad. Like, the Cemetery Illuminator. The Cemetery Illuminator made me think of that because that was like the big mythic cycle. And all of those cards have just been outclassed. Is actually, now I'm thinking about it. Were there any good cards in Innistrad? I was so hyped for Innistrad when it came out too. Oh, Rhino 1, here they come. Gain some life. Oh, and you even ate our Panharmonicon for the rub-ins. What did we actually get that was good out of this? There's a Defiler of Dreams. Double Rhinos versus Spirits. Eliminator hits us. Well, go to combat. Hit you with a Rhino. Opponent takes it. Play a Rhino. Yes. Pass the turn. Still at 20. Opponent. Kyoto plays the land. Oh, I do love Mono Blue Devotion. I haven't tried to Overwhelmed Apprentice, but maybe I should. Defiler draws a card. Bounce the Rhino. Bounce the Rhino. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, maybe you do bounce a Rhino so you don't get trampled on. Oh, it just makes a bird. Okay. Opponent. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at the Innistrad set because now I'm thinking it was just a really bad set. Gadwick the Wizen. I think, yeah, losing the lane lines and not drawing a Nykthos definitely hurt Mono Blue Devotion here. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Well, Samir. Fight the Defiler. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Here comes the Rhinos. I mean, we got me hooked. That's true. Like, here's Innistrad Midnight Hunt. I mean, Adeleine ended up being good. Lear was kind of busted for a minute. Although then the cards that made it busted kind of rotated and it's not as busted anymore. But a lot of the, like, what are the mythics? Like, what are the mythics in this set? Ren was the best card in Standard for a minute, but then it, like, really faded. Arlen's been bad. Papa Stitcher is a joke. The Adversary cycle, I guess, has seen some fringe play, but not a ton of play. It's actually pretty bad. And the same is kind of true of the other Innistrad. So this makes me wonder... Yeah, the Prowler cycle also kind of flopped. Wow, maybe these were just not very good sets. So here's my question, chat. Here's my question. No, I love Necro Duality. I'm glad that card exists, but well, all right. Here comes the Rhino. Oh, tricks. It's gonna be a massacre. It's gonna be a I mean, there's definitely some cool cards in the set. I almost feel bad about this. They could have a counter. I guess we will find out shortly. Massacre Worm? Is it gonna be a massacre? Oh, sorry, Kyoto. Oh, that actually saves him, doesn't it? It loses all abilities. Oh! Oh, it doesn't. If good game, Kyoto. Sorry about the Rhino heavy draw. All the Rhinos were on the top of the deck. If the Trickster targeted Massacre Worm, would that have target creature loses all of it? Still would have Wrathed, right? But Massacre Worm would have lost the ability, so it wouldn't have drained. I mean, I don't think it would have mattered in the long run because our opponent would still lose their entire board and we'd still have all this stuff. But I kind of think it might have kept our opponent alive for a turn. I don't think, again, in the long run, I don't think it would have mattered. No, I was wondering, Cornelius, what I was trying to figure out is if you Merfolk Trickster the Massacre Worm, the ETB was going to happen. That was already on the stack. But if you made it lose all abilities, I think it would lose the drain ability. So I think maybe you would have like lived at 2 life because you wouldn't have got drained. But in the long run, I don't think it actually would have. Oh, you were trying to. Yeah, I think you clicked a Skyclave apparition by accident. I'm pretty sure you tapped on a Skyclave. What do you think if Elspeth took the Filgy Silex as it was exploding to the Eldritch Moon to free Emrakul to... Seth, what do you think if Elspeth took the Filgy Silex as it was exploding to the Eldritch Moon to free Emrakul to take on the Phyrexians? I don't even know what a Silex is, Stone Rain. What is a Silex? I've actually kind of been wondering that. All right. Jim and Red, I appreciate the challenge, but you're gonna have to wait a minute. I think you're not far down the list though. CS Dragon, historic. Hopefully you're around. You are being challenged. I do kind of like the viewer challenging aspect. It messes up the list, but it's nice for having matches ready to go. All right, we're historicing. What are we playing in historic? How about some... Yeah, let's play Devoted to Phyrexia. That deck was kind of sweet. So here's my question, chat. We were talking about Innistrad being not great on the return. Oh, it's really? That's what a Silex is? It's like a bomb? I didn't know that. I'm not buying the Emrakul's about to be freed thing. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but I really don't think that the Emrakul's, I hope it's not coming to the mix. That would be disappointing. Like if all this just leads to I guess we gotta take this Wild Growth Walker. I still have a healthy respect for that card from Standard. So do you think we go back to Plains too much? Like, seeing how the most recent Innistrad kind of bombed, they got me thinking that maybe we do the return of thing too much. Stylix and MTG lore is the bomb. Oh my god, completed Emrakul would be... Okay, that would actually be sweet. If that's where we're going, that would be sweet. If it's Elish Norn completing the Eldrazi, and we get like super ridiculous Phyrexian Emrakul, I would be behind that. And then that would be it, right? Then if you're completed, you're done, and we can just restart. We can just restart the Magic story, No Eldrazi, no Phyrexians. Start back from the beginning. Hey, what's up, Dylan? It's a good vibe today. Alice Jordan would beat Emrakul, right? I think so. If it came down to it. If it came down to it, I think Elish Norn could take Emrakul. I'm surprised we didn't get a Blightsteel callback. I mean, I guess we still have March of the Machines, so it's still possible. Aw, alright. Speaking of flops, the Defiler cycle got a little bit of hype, and that has not really done much either. Well, play a land. Play a Splatter Goblin. Play a Vault Scourge. Pass the turn. What if Emrakul is the key to stopping the Phyrexians? Helps people beat the Pharisees process. Ooh. So Emrakul was actually the good guy all along, and we just didn't realize it. that would be quite the plot twist, wouldn't it? Elish Norn just like comes to New Phyrexia and hands out like a plate of cookies or something. Sells magazines door to door. Barbecues on the weekends. Wait, Emrakul's not bad? Just misunderstood? Emrakul's gotta be bad, right? I know the Green Defiler seems so good. I do think maybe there's a chance. I think maybe there's a chance it makes a comeback. Now that we're heading to, well, we might as well get... Does this fly? Oh, it doesn't. That looks like it's flying. Oh, I guess it's falling, technically. Okay, Splatter Goblin. That makes sense. I was going to complain about the art, but I see what's happening. So they just like are? What about... Okay, I gotta ask you about my other card now. Shieldred down. About it. We need a top deck. Gets in with the Questing Beast. Down to 5. I'll play the land. Castle Lockwane. Oh no! Pass the turn and death is upon us. Cavalier of Thorns. About it. Gets in, hits us. Oh, we have to... Oh, wait. Not our opponents keeping us alive. They don't want us to die yet. The pity. We're getting the pity attacks from our viewer submitted opponent. We're getting beat down so badly by viewers they feel bad for us. Oh, all right, Evolve Sleeper. Save us. Oh, that actually does kind of save us next turn if we live. Pass the turn. About it. Untabs. Gets back the Wild Growth Walker. Yeah, I mean, I guess if they attack with the Questing Beast, though, we're just forced to chump block with the Flesh Gorger. So we wouldn't die, but we lose... we lose the Flesh Gorger. This might backfire on our opponent, though. Because we drew Wormcoil, and Wormcoil actually is kind of good here. The might actually let us stabilize. If there's one card in Magic that's good at stabilizing, it is the Wormcoil engine. About it. Don't play with your food too much. The Phyrexians are coming. About it. Wild Growth Walker. Phyrexian Reclamation seems pretty good in an Explore deck, I will say. Phyrexian Reclamation, gets back the Wild Growth Walker, plays the Wild Growth Walker, triggers. Vivian, leaves it on top, attacks. I mean, we will block. Block with the Wormcoil. Come on, top deck. Ooh, wow, okay. Okay, we're staying alive. Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. The Phyrexian massive lifelinkers are keeping us alive in this game somehow. What was the deck I played before this match? What was our... Oh, Vivian. Oh, we knew about that. What was our last match? Not Aster Historic Brawl. Oh, no. Arena dying. Arena definitely dying. Avert your eyes. Avert your eyes. Avert your eyes. Oh, we were playing Rhino Monogon. Rhino Panharmonicons against Mono Blue Devotion.
You want to fight me?
No, be honest, chat. Your desktop looks like that too, right? Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know if that lets us beat a Phyrexian Reclamation, but that's kind of interesting. Attack Vivian. Attack Vivian. Attack Vivian. That's like, you have 4 icons. I still don't believe it. I actually think that everyone's desktop looks like that, but people just like to pretend that theirs doesn't look like that. It's like pineapple on pizza. I'm still not convinced people actually like that. I think people just like to pretend they like it to troll me. 18 icons over 3 monitors. Okay, hey, all right, Rucker. At least someone knows. Someone gets it. Well, that's meatballing, I guess. Although this is not even that great because of Phyrexian Reclamation and our opponent being at 20. Like, this is a temporary solution to this problem because Phyrexian Reclamation is actually ridiculous. Ah, great destroyer. See, that's exactly what someone who was trolling me would say, though. Like, when you say I love Hawaiian pizza, could you be being authentic? Sure. Could you be trolling me? I mean, it could go either way. Hawaiian? Really? Everyone likes Hawaiian pizza? Wait, cherries? Is that a thing?
I'd like you to meet my friend.
I didn't even know there was an option to put cherries on pizza. Pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapeno. Oh, but couldn't you just... See, when you go to order a pizza, and you're like, okay, pepperoni, and then you say and put something else after that, I think you're just objectively wrong. Every time you do that, it'll taste better if you just stop there. Or if your and is extra pepperoni, then that is also acceptable. But anything else, and you're just making your pizza worse. It is just making it worse. Well, we will pass the turn. No pineapple on my pizza, that's for sure. Keep those things away. Pepperoni, okay. I mean, that actually doesn't sound too bad. Pepperoni, bacon, sausage, extra cheese. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Well, I guess we just kill a wild growth walker here.
To get out of hand.
I do have, I mean, I think at this point everyone knows not to listen to my food take, so hopefully everyone knows that I have the I have the worst and most like restricted taste in food ever, so hopefully everyone knows to not take it too seriously. Are you one of those people who doesn't ever actively enjoy vegetables? Some vegetables are passable. I had a pea once. No, seriously though, oh, the worst time to draw the Pyre of Heroes now that we lost all of our creatures. Like, corn is alright. Corn is alright. Corn is alright. Peas are like okay, I guess. So see, there's some vegetables. Maybe I'll do a vegetable tier list at some point. Ugh. No, I don't like sweet pizzas. Opinion, oh man. Oh man, I don't think I've ever shared this opinion. Oh no! I don't think I've shared this opinion before. I don't think it. Hopefully, it's not quite no milk on cereal, but are we dead? We're dead. All right. I will share my mayonnaise opinion in just a minute. Let's get the next game. Good game. Good game, CS. That was a beatdown. The enchantment looked ridiculous. So good. We even had the Mihawk Massacre, and it wasn't enough. Everything just came back from the graveyard. Oh boy, 2 and 4. We need a win. I feel like I missed a win. I feel like we actually have another win in there. Oh, I missed the Mono Blue Devotion win, right? So I think it's actually 3 and 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 3 and 4. Take me to some great food places. What do you consider great, though? Dog of Myth. Jaguar, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. All right, next up. Mango Alias, if you are online, I see you. Challenge being sent. We're playing standard. And then after Mango Alias, next up we have Looney, Temzi, Eevee, Jim and Red, Obsidian. Those are the next names on the list. Okay, so let's play Brothers War Tribal. So mayonnaise, I refuse to eat. So when I was a kid, and maybe this is, oh, I missed your sub. Oh, my apologies. Aracalypse. My bad. I will get it. Oh, and I think Aracalypse for the 36-month, 3-year resub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. So mayonnaise, I won't eat mayonnaise. When I was a kid, I would make them, like, if I got a sub, I would make them replace it with butter. butter instead. So you'd have like ham and cheese, like a sub, ham, cheese, I guess a little lettuce maybe, just so you don't get yelled at about no vegetables. And then butter. Is that acceptable? Is that acceptable sandwich making? Is it WTF is wrong with you? Legit thinking mayo is gross is very common. You're totally fine. Never understood. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. We're good. Hey, wait. A food opinion that people are okay with? This is a historic moment on the stream. This might be the first time that I have ever had a food opinion that did not get immediately downvoted and booed out of existence. I don't think this has ever happened before. I don't know what to say. Is it? Is butter actually healthier than mayo? I assume they're both not very, very healthy. Mayo is just like egg whites and vinegar. Why do people not like it? Well, vinegar is pretty gross. BLB. Bacon, lettuce, and butter. Come on now. What about mayonnaise, though? I've never really been clear on the difference between mayonnaise and... Oh, we need to hit an untapped land here. If we hit an untapped land, we got a shot. Untap land. Untap land. Untap land. Mighty Stone and Weak Stone. Get rid of the Cammy. Okay. Game continues. Not dead yet. Pass the turn. About it. Blossoming Sands. That was a fast Enchantress start, too. It might still be too much for us. Now the Hallowed Haunting's going. We survived the Cammy for the moment. We have a handful of bros. Security bypass. Triggers Hallowed Haunting. Opponent hits us down to 10. Yeah, we'll play an Urza. Play an Urza. Play Evolving Wilds. Pass the turn. Hold. If we get to flip Urza. Anything can happen. Cammy. Can a flipped Urza save us on this board? Opponent. Goes to combat. Swings. Connives. Come on, Urza. Come on, Urza. Come on, no removal. Opponent discards. Brinecomber. Brinebound Gift. A million triggers. I mean, we get to flip Urza, I think, but is that even enough? Does a flipped Urza even get us out from this? Urza does not have a Wrath mode. Opponent. That's a big board. And a land. Mishra. Discard an Urza. Cityscape Leveler. Untap. Ravines Tower. So if we flip Urza, what happens? If we flip Urza... not enough. Boy, why is Urza so underpowered? not even enough to save us from a board full of 6/6s. We could Cityscape Leveler. We can gain life. These don't currently have flying. I mean, maybe we... Okay, so I think we discard Cityscape Leveler. Maybe we just hit a Wrath? I think that's what we need the most. Or a Blood Tithe Harvester. Well, alright. Urza. Flip it.
Challenge is just an opportunity to experiment.
Oh, and that has Trample too. Oh, I don't think Urza's enough. So we have to kill this. And then we make 2 soldiers. And we play the land. And we play a Blood Tithe Harvester. I think we still just die, though. We tried. Urza tried. Yeah, we should be able to ultimate it right away. The amount of work we put into it, it should just immediately... It should be just +1 win the game. It's Urza we're talking about here. Block. 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 Actually, maybe we live. Do we actually... Okay. We untap. Interesting. I was not expecting to still be alive. So... Now what? Draw a couple cards. More Urzas. Discard a card. Make soldiers.
My army never tires.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mishra. Play Ravines Tower. Get in there, train you for 1. Oh, opponent. I mean, we're kind of stable, right? Ish. Not exactly, but sort of. It really depends on what our opponent draws. They have things they can draw that'll just take over this game, but... Okay, Cammy, that's not the worst. Oh, does that give them flying? About it. Gets rid of Mishra. Legitimizes Mishra. Okay, goes attacking. Still not flying. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. The comeback is still live. Block. 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 Stuff dies. We need a Wrath. We need a Wrath. Okay. Blood token. Discard Urza. Blood Tithe Harvester. Okay. Blood token. Discard the land. Ooh, Evolving Wilds. Might Stone and Weak Stone. Take up, draw cards.
You are outwitted
Discard Phyrexian Dragon Engine. At this point, it's just Wrath or Bust, right? There's no other way around it. I haven't listened to Two-Headed Boy Part 2 in a while. It is a really good song, though. Yeah, keep going. Oh, more Dragon Engines.
A predictable outcome.
That's not enough. I think that makes us die. Oh, my Soda Weak Stone. We just couldn't find it. We could not find. Ugh. I swear there's a bunch of Wraths in this deck. GG. GG. Oh, couldn't find the Wrath. We lived longer than I expected. That's for sure. So what's the best card in Phyrexia? Good game, Mingolas. The Enchantress deck, very, very strong. Very, very, very good. There's such a fast start, just could not quite stabilize. Close. Viewers pulling further ahead. Tyver, really? For what format? What format is the Tyver hype for? All right. Let's see. Looney, you are next on the list. Is Looney on the friend list? Looney. All right. You are being challenged, Looney, for Explorer. Hey, see ya. Hey, thank you for the raid, Mowgli Bubbles. Good to see ya. Welcome. Hope your stream went well. Definitely appreciate it. I was waiting for a board wipe. The deck doesn't recover super well. I tried really hard to find one, but you know what? We're gonna go back to Rhinos. Rhinos have not led us astray yet. Until someone beats Rhinos, if we play Historic, or if we play Explorer, we're sticking with Rhinos. I feel like Elish Norn people are sleeping on that card. Obviously, people are like freaking out about it for Commander, but I think that's actually just a really good 60 card format card. It's so funny because people get so caught up in Commander, I think sometimes they forget that there's a lot of formats out there. I don't know how Wizard does it. Like how can Wizards possibly design cards for everything at this point? I don't know how they do it. It seems like an impossible job. Like, how do you make cards that are strong enough to see play in a Panharmonicon, that are strong enough to see play in a format like Modern, but also are fine for Standard? They're not gonna, ruin Commander or whatever. How do you even do that? How do you do it? Well, I mean, the time has come for us to Panharmonicon. Hopefully we find something to go with it. Get in, hit ya. I think Vraska's good. They only care about EDH now. Oh. All right, Looney. I was gonna try to be nice, but that's over with. That's over. Oh. No more Mr. Nice Panharmonicon. Who kills a Panharmonicon? With Standard Horizons, Modern Horizons, Commander Horizons, I'm surprised we haven't gotten Standard Horizons yet. And then I can just make every set for Commander and then do Standard Horizons for the sake of Standard. Ooh, this would be so much sweeter if we still had our Panharmonicon, but you know what? You took our Panharmonicon. You didn't have to do that. We could have been friends. We could have been card draw friends, but no. Instead, you had to take our Panharmonicon, and now I gotta Massacre Worm you. That's a deal. I will not touch your Panharmonicon if you don't touch mine. Standard Horizons doesn't really make sense. New sets for Standard are just new sets. I mean, that's how it used to be, but now new sets I think Wizards would say new sets are for everyone, but I think that they're actually I would say primarily for Commander, and then secondarily for other formats. Good boy. Well, do some attacking. We're actually pretty close to just winning. Oh, I'm sorry, Looney. You shouldn't have taken our Panharmonicon. I mean, it is. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about limited. You also have that in there. This card's got to be balanced for limited. They have to, you know, not get emails from the Commander RC telling you not to print them for Commander. Then they still need to do something for Standard, so Standard exists, and people spend their wild cards on Arena, and then you also have Modern, and then you have Explorer. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Opponent. Well, that splits it. And a tap land. And go attacking, and I think this should do it. It's not a good boy, it's a good girl. Oh. Interesting. Good game, Looney, good game. Oh, the life gain plan looks sweet. You should have left the Panharmonicon alone. You forced our hand. At that point, we had to just go all out. I think it's more like 40% standard, 20% commander, while making all the cool creatures legends. Yeah, I guess it depends on how you count some of that stuff. Like, is a legend for standard or commander? Like, I think one of the best examples of that, and then we'll jump into the next round. We'll keep the battles going. Like a card like Miglots. Is this what would you classify this? If you had to go through this set and classify each card as for only one format, which is obviously simplistic because many cards will see playing in more than one format, but what would you say with Miglots? If you read this minus the legendary, I would say it's a card for standard primarily. Like, it's for the oil counter theme. It's got relevant abilities, like blowing up artifacts and enchantments, pretty good in current standard. At the same time, the fact that it just says legend, to me, that makes it seem like a commander card, and it greatly hurts. Like, this is a type of card that really gets hurt by being a legend for constructed formats, where when you think about playing a deck with this card, it's like, oh, maybe I can play a copy of it or whatever, rather than like, oh, I can play 4 of this and like kind of build my deck around it. So how do you classify something like that? Like, standard, commander, somewhere in between? I mean, it would be. I mean, I still think it's okay. I still think it's good for constructed, but randomly tacking legendary on it is there any reason this should be a legendary? Like, is this like a lore card? And because I'm not really up on the lore, is there some like epic lore about this that I am not familiar with? Or is this just Wizards being like, hey, everything's got to be for commander? Because it kind of feels like it's, hey, everything's got to be for commander. These are the ones that bother me. These are the ones that bother me when they make cards like this legendary. Because no one is going to play that in commander. There's no one's going to go to this set and be like, oh, Elishnorn, that's a really sweet card. Ooh, all the like mythic Panharmonicon creature cycle. Atraxa, that's a sweet commander card. Mondrak. There's so many like, wow, I'm gonna build a commander deck around that. There's no one that's like, or very, very few people. I guess I shouldn't say literally no one, but no one's like, Miglots. Wow, I can't wait to put 5 oil counters and give it +2/+2 as I attack my opponent in commander. No one's building a deck around that. So it just like makes the card worse for constructed. Why it literally is 0 gain for commander. It is 0 gain. Wizards, I don't know if Wizards deludes themselves into thinking that's like improving commander. It's not. Like, it's not. No one's going to play this card in commander. So you're just hurting other formats to meet a quota, maybe? Maybe there's like some legendary quota where you have to have so many legends in each set because commander is so important. But cards like that those cards drive me crazy. A lot of the legends make sense. I realized that last year when we were talking about Wizards printing too many legends. I actually went back through and like looked at every legend, and a lot of them I think make sense as legends. Like, I think you can probably find like 50 out of the like 300 or whatever that you could argue, especially a lot of the uncommon ones. Looney, I believe you were next on the list. Let's see, Looney. Oh, I don't see Looney. All right, Looney. Temsey. Is Temsey on the list? Temsey! You are being challenged for Explorer. Looney, if you make it, you are on the list still. We're gonna move you to the side. All right, gotta beat the rhinos. Rhinos are sticking until someone beats them. Oh, we just played Looney. Good call, chat. No wonder Looney was not on the list. They played, and then we're off the list. GG. All right, we will. No rhinos. Guess this hand's fine though. Somehow we keep drawing our one massacre worm, and this one massacre worm is just wrecking people. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel for Wizards because I don't know how you balance for that many formats. I think the rise of Commander has really made their lives a lot harder, I would guess. Why is it the case that every time there's a legendary that isn't obviously good in Commander, people think it automatically shouldn't be legendary at all? It's about balancing. I mean, I don't really think... I don't think that Legend is used as a balancing device anymore, basically. I think that Legend is... I mean, we've even had Mark Rosewater talk about, like... Yeah, no, that's what I mean. The people trying to make the cards, not the shareholders or whatever, but I don't know how, like, you sit down to make a set with so many different competing interests. Like, that's the part that I'm like, wow, how do you even do that? How is that even possible? See the truth, eh? Yeah, alright, let's... Yeah, I mean, I guess we're playing Brutal Cathar. Better than doing nothing. Oh, opponent. Since I'm not playing, here's my Mishra plus Ishin deck. Ooh, I remember you mentioning this one. What are you playing, Eevee? Yeah, it definitely looks fun. Ishin plus Mishra. Cool. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Aetherius Chaos. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Thank ya. Yashar. And grab a couple lands. Is this deck actually good? When do I get my legendary containment priest? Hey, what's up, Yoan Leaf? How are you? Good to see you. I mean, I'm sure there's examples of Legend being a balancing device, but I remember, hasn't Mark Rosewater talked about wanting to get rid of Legend as a actual meaningful thing altogether? Like, I'm pretty sure Mark has talked about, like, Legendary should just exist to make things commanders, and it shouldn't have any rules implications. Hey, welcome, Aetherius. Yeah, we're having a kind of a special stream. Every few months we do a viewer battle stream where we get to see all the viewers' cool decks in battle against them. So we got Phyrexia coming out next stream. So this was the perfect time to do some viewer battling. Yeah, we got to get rid of this Thassa, I think. Get in with Yashar. Won't that break some formats? I mean, so I can think of, like, Thassa maybe would be, and I don't even know, like, would Thassa be a problem if you could stack them? Maybe. What are other legends that would be a problem if the legend rule didn't exist? All right. Oh, it's a prototype blink deck. Okay. All right. So Phyrexian Flesh Gorge are probably going to be getting blinked at some point. Double Ragavan. Oh, yeah. Ragavan. Oh, boy, that card. Oh, dear. Oh, that was a bad turn for us. Can a rhino save us? Maybe. Oh, Siege Rhino, drain ya, tap land. Get in with ya, Sharn, I think. Grizzlebrand, Emrakul. I mean, if you got one of those on the battlefield, you pretty much win. Yeah, I guess it, like, gets weird with Legendary Matters stuff. Like, stuff that is specifically has abilities that work with Legends get very weird. Any Planeswalker. I would have thought that too, although I thought that, remember when it used to be you could only have one Planeswalker of each name? So if you had, like, Jace Bellerin, you couldn't have Jace the Mind Sculptor, they legend rule each other, or Planeswalker Uniqueness rule each other. I thought that would be a problem. But when they got rid of that and let us play like Chandra Tribal and have 5 Chandras on the battlefield or whatever, that was fine. So I don't know. I guess having multiples of the same on the battlefield would be weird, but I thought it would be weird to have multiple Chandras on the battlefield because there's only one Chandra and there's just a bunch of different like versions of Chandra. So it's weird that you can have multiple Chandras, but I don't know. The game did fine after that. Like, it survived that change. Well, I think it's time for a massacre. Yeah, I guess Questing Beast. Yeah, I guess that's an example of a card that being legendary does help balance it. There we go, attacking. Get in there. What do you think of a card that would let you change your commander mid-game? Ooh. Would it go to the command zone? I guess the question would be, how does color identity work? Like, say you're playing an Azorius deck, can you switch into any commander? Or would you have to switch into another Azorius commander? Like, would your deck still have to be legal based on color identity? Well, here we come, Temsy. The Rhinos, still undefeated. GG. Boy, maybe this deck's actually just good. Maybe it's good. Oh, every time I try to play Prototype Blank, the Soul Herder build's the closest I've gotten to really making it work. For some reason, it seems like it should be so easy to do, and then every time I try to make it work, it ends up being a lot harder than I thought. We haven't actually Yoriad once, though. We haven't actually even really played a Yoriad. Oh, I think we have gotten even. Explorer's been our format. I think we've lost like every other format, but Explorer has been good thanks to the Rhinos. GG, thank you for the match, Tuka Buddy. The list looks sweet. The Rhino's just too strong. Oh, Siege Rhino power. I think it's an interesting idea. I could see something like that. Some commander switching is definitely a cool idea. Eevee, you are next on the list. All right, looking back on the list, we have coming up next Eevee, Jim the Red, Obsidian, Arco, Beehawk, Crab Deity, Malaka are the next on the list. Eevee playing some standard. All right, what do we have for standard? Well, you know what? Speaking of prototype blinking, let's see if we can make it work. Ooh, 6-0 with Diamond. I'm excited to see what this is, Eevee. How does this Volo deck look to you? Ooh, let me see. Volo's another super unique commander. I like what it cares about. Caring about different creature types is something we just really haven't seen before. Yeah, I mean, that looks sweet. Got a lot of sweet creatures. Is there any ramp? I might add some more ramp, but I mean, in general, I think that looks sweet. We have a new donation from Magikarp. Seth, looking to see your hot take reaction to this card. I tried to make balance. What do you think? I'll throw the link here in chat. Ooh, well, thank you for the donation, Magikarp. All right, let's see this card. Matt Selenia. So, double green, double white for a 1/6. It's a legendary tree folk dryad. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if you have not copied a creature with the same name as that creature this turn, you can pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Creature tokens you control have. When this dies, you can pay 5. If you do, return a creature with the same name as that permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Ooh. I mean, that's a neat design. I really like the design of it. Balance wise, so 4 mana 1/6, that's probably fine. The first ability, I think it's worded in a way where it should be okay. I'm wondering if there's like a combo or anything with it, but the fact that it's limited to copying the creature with the same name once, it should be hard to go infinite with. But pay 1, get a copy of the creature. What was the card from, I want to say Conspiracy, that's kind of like, that's similar. It's a 4-drop, and I think it's pay 2 to copy. Oh, Werewolves, eh? Werewolves, eh? Well, Rafine's Tower. Oh. Flash Gorger. Run it out. I think our prototype Blink plan might actually work. Yeah, I think it would probably be fine. Should I mute the stream? You don't have to be, Hawk. We're playing for fun. If you want to, you can, but I'm not worried about stream sniping today or whatever, so whatever is going to be the most fun for you. Well, okay, I think we have to answer Defiler. Defiler's a little bit scary. Play the land, get in with Flesh Gorger. Whew. Oh, these planner incisions. These planner incisions. About it. Seth, I have an idea for my battle. Would you be open to using my deck versus another viewer? Ooh, yes, I can. I'll play your deck, Stone Rain. Another one. Come on, about it. Ooh, this feels like a blowout. This feels like a blowout. How about a little planner incisioning? Oh, that's 8/6. That's an 8/6. Make a mana, but we are gaining a little life. We are gorging some flesh. Up to 29. What a blowout. What a blowout. About it. About it. Gala Greeter. Counters on the dorks. Good to see Defiler getting some love. Defiler just, it feels like a powerful card. Well, do some flesh gorging. Sure. Kill them all. Go up to 37. Combat Thrasher, draw a card. Pass the turn. Seeing Azor as a planeswalker. Ooh. So how would that work? Like, how would Azor become a planeswalker? Have we seen many cases of like non-planeswalkers becoming planeswalkers? I guess is there any criteria for your spark igniting or whatever? That would be something that would be interesting to see. Oh, really? I don't know the lore of Azor, so very well could be. Well, Brutal Cathar. Wait, why is Azor not a planeswalker then? How do you lose your spark? Is that it's actually something you can lose? you don't use it enough and it's gone. Wow, opponent's taking 8 to the face from the. It's a thrashing. Opponent has been thoroughly thrashed. See, maybe I actually have to try to read the Magic lore. How bad of an idea is that? All right, let's Urtai. Kill Halana and Elena. The deck looks really sweet, Eevee. That's a really cool take on Gruul. The Defiler of Vigor was super scary. We had a pretty good draw for our Blink deck though. So I think we actually just get to win. Do a little phase in. Phase them out. Smack them. Ooh, Eevee, GG. Yeah, that was a really sweet looking take on Gruul. Definitely a cool build. What do you think will happen in March of the Machines? I mean, it seems like they're setting up for everyone gathers around to fight the bad guys. It feels like War of the Spark to me. It feels like War of the Spark versus Phyrexians, essentially. Yeah, next time we do Historic, Stone Rain, next Historic match, I'll try to use your deck. See how it goes. Yeah, good game, Eevee. Good game. That was a fun one. All right, who is next up on our viewer battle list? What do you think of the new Jace? Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's where we're heading. I think the theory that non-planeswalkers are going to be able to planeswalk makes a lot of sense. Like, we're very focused on legends these days, and having legends be able to be more a part of the story seems like that would make a lot of sense for Wizards. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's that. I don't know. I gotta get up more in the lore. That's something I've just never really been super into. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna have to just to be up on some of the ramifications of some of this stuff. Jim and Red. Eevee, thank you for the match, by the way. Jim and Red challenge coming. Thank you for waiting. We are playing some Explorer. I don't know. What do you all think? Where are we heading with March of the Machines? Yeah, I can't wait to actually play with Bannermon. All right, you gotta beat the rhinos. Someone's gotta do it. You should just have someone who can make videos of lore for the site. Then as content manager, you basically have to watch them. Yeah, there's ways around that. I would have to post them, but I wouldn't necessarily have to watch them all. I think, so the March of the Machines aftermath, I think that we know they're introducing the battle card type. There was actually a little bit of information that came out today that just from stuff being posted on Amazon that made it seem like there's going to be battles in every pack for March of the Machines, or just the way they describe the product. I don't know. Maybe I can find it on the... Yeah, we'll keep the teleportation circle. I thought there was there was a post about it on the Reddit, but maybe there's not. But I think that we're going to see March of the Machines Aftermath essentially be a straight up battle set. I wouldn't be surprised if it was literally all battles. I think that's very possible because we know it's a small set. So I think it's actually possible that whatever battles are... Oh, here's the article. But I wouldn't be surprised if whatever battles are, that was heavily the focus of March of the Machines. Yeah, there was some stuff posted on the WPM site about March of the Machines. This part here, a draft booster contains 1 or 2 cards of rarity rare or higher, 3 to 5 uncommons, 8 to 9 commons, and 1 land. The way this is written out, to me, what that suggests is it's going to be like a battle in every pack. I guess it could be another card type in every pack, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see whatever battle is be like the focus of March of the Machines and March of the Machines Aftermath. So I'm expecting every pack across rarities. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what to think. It definitely... I feel like doing them at all rarities and having them be like such a heavy focus... I feel like that means they're gonna have to not be too far out there. Like the Space Beller in theory, you can't you can't make a bunch of common space ballerins and have every pack have one of them and have that be the focus of Magic. People wouldn't be able to do it. They would just like stop. They would stop playing, I think. It would just be too much complexity for players to keep up with. Oh, well, one of the theories going around about battles is that they were going to be like Space Ballerin from Infinity, which Space Ballerin, like when it comes into play, you take all the creatures and you put them into quadrants, and only one quadrant can do things, and its abilities do things to certain quadrants, which is a cool idea. It would kind of be a little bit like Marvel Snap, how you got the 3 lanes or battlefields. It would be a little bit like that, but you just, like, this works as like a one-off weird rare in a weird set that no one's really going to play with very often. But having that be a card in every pack mechanic, could you imagine what playing a game of Magic would be like if like every single pack had a card that was making you divide the battlefield into sectors and like only doing things to certain sectors? I think it would just be overwhelming. It would just be cognitive like overload, essentially. I'm definitely very curious. what it's going to be. And a little scared. Excited, curious, a little scared about what battle means. We need a rhino. Where are all of our rhinos? Interesting to see Explorer Goblins. You don't see Explorer Goblins. You see Goblins a ton. You see them a ton in Historic. Explorer, not so much. Well, I actually think we just blink the Charming Prince. Go a little deeper with our scrying. Whew, no rhinos to be seen. I really like to see Space Ballerin plus Raging River, but Space isn't on Moto. Raging River is on Moto, but it's not playable. It's one of the cards that they won't let you play with. Are there viewer battles? Yes, we are playing against a viewer right now. All stream, this entire stream, we are battling viewers to the best of our abilities. We gotta kill this Battle Cry Goblin. Probably the Skirk Prospector. It can pump. Oh, Nykthos too. Ugh. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, block. Ooh. What is your historic deck you can't reach, Trevor? If you give me your arena info, I'll add you to the list. We'll see. We got a pretty good list going. We're working through it pretty well. But still unsure if we get to how many people will get through. Oh, down to 10. Oh, that's not a lot of life. Now, let's do a little reanimation here. Get back Charming Prince. Get back Skyclave. Maybe this will be enough. So, Skyclave. We'll gain through a Charming Prince. Get rid of the Sniper. Blank the Charming Prince. Scry. Oh, there we go. There's a Rhino. That's what we've been looking for. That is exactly what we've been looking for. Hey, Seth, have you built a deck around the Filgary Silence for early access and standard? I haven't built a Filgary Silex deck yet. It's on my list, but there's still so many decks that I want to build from this set. But yeah, I'm sure we will have one. I think that Filgary Silex, I think it's a card that'll just show up in decks randomly. Like, it's a card you can just play for as a Ratchet Bomb. Early access is next stream, Thursday. Oh, all right. Play the Rhino. We found it. No attacks. Blank the Rhino. And our old friend Siege Rhino has had a very good performance this stream. What's your favorite against odds card for Phyrexia? Oh, that's a tough one. Does something like Elish Norn count? Like, this is a very weird against the odds set, in the sense that I don't actually think we even attack here. I think we just blink Siege Rhinos. We really don't want to risk Siege Rhino dying, because Siege Rhino Panharmonicon Teleportation Circle is just kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of cards like Elish Norn. That's something that a Panharmonicon's usually pretty against the odds, but is Elish Norn actually too good? Or like All Will Be One? Is All Will Be One, is that like a busted combo piece? Or is it actually an against the odds card? Probably against the odds, but it could end up being good. Good game, Jim and Red, good game. The Rhinos came through. So yeah, I mean, there's so many cards I'm hyped for building around. I still haven't figured out, there's nothing super obvious for the first against the odds card. Like, the most obvious thing would be probably Elish Norn. As far as like the super janky stuff, Encroaching Mycosynth, Graz. Graz is definitely like super jank mode. I don't think it would be the first against the odds episode, but it's certainly the kind of card that we'll do for against the odds. There's no like real win the game cards, I don't think, that in the set. There's stuff that gets you close, like Monument of Perfection. Monument of Perfection, I wonder if that's a good against the odds card. Like, oh yeah, Snoop would have been huge there, Jim Red. That would have been super huge. All will be one combos with so many cards. I'm curious though, like, if any of those combos, are they going to be good? Have you played against Baloth Barity? I'm actually going to have to look that up. I'm not sure. Oh, the Goat Commander. I think I played against the Precon. Maybe, I think I played with it in the Precon. I think I had the Goat Precon. It wasn't my commander, though, but it was in the 99. So, no, I haven't actually played with or against, I don't think, a Baloth Baratel commander deck. Capricious Hellraiser Dragonstorm. I wonder, like, do you need Capricious Hellraiser and Dragonstorm? I mean, I guess it's easy enough to play a copy. But if you're Dragonstorming, I guess you Dragonstorm for one, and then you up the storm count enough that even with storm count 1. So there could be scenarios where that would be sweet. Yeah, I mean, Graz definitely feels like an against the odds card. Although I wonder how interesting the deck will be, because I kind of feel like the deck is try to make a bunch of tokens and then Graz and hope for the best. Like, I kind of feel like that's how it'll play out. So it might be one of those cards that it doesn't play as interesting as it reads. Where did our list go? Too many tabs open. All right, here we go. Next up, Obsidian. Let's see. Obsidian. Challenging for a friendly brawl. Let's play Prosper. We haven't played Prosper yet. Oh, the other thing I wanted to ask you. So the Commander RC put up their quarterly update, which is where they would ban cards. And there's no big news here. Pretty much normal stuff. The one thing that stood out to me that I want to ask you about. Dockside. We have publicly had our eye on Dockside for a while now, and we have ultimately concluded that unless there's a sudden surge into more casual spaces, where it hasn't really thrived due to a lower density of cheap, fast mana, we don't anticipate taking action on it. It's a ridiculously powerful card, but it scales with the rest of the table, and at the point that it becomes broken, plenty of other broken stuff is already happening. Curious what you think of that take on... Yeah, the Hellraiser Worldfire. We did a short about that. That is a hilarious combo. What do you think of that take on Dockside? So not getting banned is one thing. Like, I think it's only in 13% of decks on EDH Rec. The part that's weird to me is I consider Dockside to be incredibly strong in casual play. Like, I have never really thought, oh, Dockside isn't good unless people are playing CDH and playing all the mana crypts and stuff. That's every time I played a Dockside or seen someone play it at like Commander Clash power levels. essentially every time it's ridiculous. Like it's almost never been bad. I've always thought it's the price that's keeping it down more than anything. Like that the real issue is it doesn't see that much casual play because it's $50, and that's like that's kind of what's restricting it from being too busted. So if it was a $5 card, I think it would be absurdly powerful. I get what they're like. I get what they're trying to say. Like, if you're playing in a table where your opponent's like turn 1 Mana Crypt, Signet, Mox, and your next opponent's, you know, doing the same thing, and there's 9 artifacts on the table on turn 1, obviously Dockside is going to be ridiculous. But in a game where your opponent's like turn 1 Soul Ring into a Signet, your next opponent turn 2 plays a random Signet, the next opponent, you know, plays a couple of Mana Rocks. It's still kind of busted when it's 2 mana, make 5 mana, and then it's sitting around to like blink it later in the game and do all the shenanigans it does. So Dockside should be banned, but I think it's a correct observation. I think it's a sort of soft ban at most tables. I don't think a playgroup is going to get upset if you say, hey, no Dockside, please. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Although I wonder if there's like, is there a point where that soft ban might as well just be a hard ban? The thing that gets me is Primeval Titan. That's the thing that gets me. It always comes back to that, is like the consistency aspect. Like, I just can't wrap my head around how in the same format, like, Primeval Titan could be considered like auto ban, don't even talk to me about unbanning it. And Dockside Extortionist is just like, hey, no worries. Like that's the part that I can't wrap my head around, is like when you compare this card to this card, how does it make sense? That's the tough part for me. Ooh, Thraben Inspector. I do love me some Thraben Inspector. I don't know why we're getting Zephyr Boost. Equip creature has flying. Whenever a crit creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, discard a card. So this is like an equipment version? Interesting. Well, discard the Crux of Fate, which we might end up regretting. Discard the Hero's Downfall. Yeah, Thrabes doesn't look like much, but it always overperforms. It always plays way better than it looks. I mean, there are several instances even today where 2 lands is infinite. What 2 lands go infinite? I mean, there's definitely powerful 2 land combinations. Although, like, those same combinations you can get with Our Promise or Titania's Command, or there's other cards that'll snag 2 non-basic lands. Primeval Titan is probably the best of them, but opponent. When you get to the last game, can we do me? I know we had to go and add me again on the spreadsheet, but I'm sad I'm missing 2 viewer battles in a row. I will see what I can do. I will see what I can do, Magikarp. What happened last viewer battle? I don't remember. Were you on the list and didn't get to play? Alright, flip the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We are not doing much, are we? I mean, I guess we run out Prosper. Play Prosper. Pass the... Well, actually, let's play Arcane Signet. Murderous Rider. All right. I mean, usually I try to make sure people that got missed the last time get to play. So I will try to make sure you get in, Magikarp. Prophet of Crewfix. Yeah, Prophet's pretty strong. Ooh, the Fall of Lord Kanda. Exile creature mana value for greater. Each player gains control of all permanents they own. All right. Well, Prosper down. Nobody! Have you ever thought about a Polyraptor combo deck? Can highly recommend it. Ooh, we've played Polyraptor combo in the past. It's been a while, though. I think it was back when Polyraptor was, like, in Standard. Oh, so we have to oh, boy. Alright. Well, I guess we kill the Thrabes. We gotta cast the Murderous Rider. We're gonna lose it, so... Yeah, that would be a fun one to revisit sometime. I'm down with some more polyrapting at some point. Well, we are going to beat down with the reflections of Kiki Jiki. Yeah, but no one really plays Bolt in Commander. Did you see the modern deck I sent you on Twitter around Nivmagus Elemental? I don't think so, Darebrain. Do you have a link to it? Opponent, Veteran Dungeoneer. All right, let the venturing begin. Venture has proven to be a lot more powerful than most people expected. That's for sure. Opponent, you actually play Bolt in Commander? You don't see too many Bolts in Commander. Well, all right, keep digging. Ooh, let me see Dare. All right. Ooh, Hitasugu. Hitasugu's actually pretty fun. That could deal some damage. Tectonic Giant's probably... you know what? We're just going to play Hitasugu. That's fine. Run out the Hitasugu. Set up for doing fun things next turn, hopefully. Valakut Awakening. We'll spin Hitasugu and see what happens. New attacks. Ooh, that is definitely a spicy Nivmagus brew. So try to get down Zada or Beam Splitter to make a bunch of copies of like a Cerulean Wisp or a Crimson Wisp or an Ancestral Agger, and then eat them all with Nivmagus and make it huge. I wonder if a fling effect would be worth it. So you actually could just sack the Nivmagus and know that it's getting in damage. That definitely looks super fun when it goes off, for sure. Do you think Jeff Hoogland is done with Magic for good this time? Wait, is Jeff done with Magic? I didn't realize. Yeah, that looks super fun, Dare. I like it. Kazul's Fury could be a good option because it's a land. Thud is the cheapest, I think. I know Jeff has been playing some Marvel Snap lately, but I didn't know he had stopped playing Magic. But I mean, honestly, does anyone actually quit Magic? It's pretty rare. Not just Jeff, but like anyone. Oh my goodness, that's deck of many things. I don't know why this card makes me unreasonably happy. I love this card. I know it's not that good. I know it's not that powerful. I just really love the card. It's just super fun. But first we're gonna hit Hitasugu, because that card's also pretty fun. Hitasugu, what do we got on the top? Give us some damage. But I mean, you quit and come back, right? I feel like that's what normally happens. Oh, that's not the best damage. 2 to the face. Play Arguel's Bloodfast. I mean, a lot of people quit and come back, but it seems like it's pretty rare for people to quit Magic, really quit Magic forever. Tectonic Giant. Run it out. CRS. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you. So all that to say, I would be surprised if Jeff has actually permanently quit Magic. Just because I'm whenever anyone says they quit Magic, my first thought is probably not. They'll probably be back eventually. Magic is, yeah, there's a reason they call it cardboard crack. There is actually a reason for that. Opponent. I mean, obviously. Sure. I mean, obviously in like a physiological sense, it's not the same. Like you're not, physically I don't think addicted to Magic, but still, I think it is a very addicting game. All right, down to 17, down to 15. I stopped playing as an undergrad, but now I'm in grad school. It's all I do. That's how it goes. Like people come in and out. Plenty of people quit and you just forget about them. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that actually quit, but I know so many people who, I mean, my advice to people is always like, when you quit, don't sell your collection, because I know so many people who are like, oh, I played 10 years ago, but then I went to school or I got married or this or that, like something happened, so I stopped playing, but now something else happened 10 years later and I want to pick it up again. I'm back for the first time since Shards of Alara or Original Mirrodin or whatever, and I really wish I hadn't sold my cards. Like, I've heard that story so many times from people that's usually my default. My default is just like, well, okay. Hold on to your cards, because you probably want them again at some point. Howdy, Streaker! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Obviously, if you're gonna, buy a house or you need a car, you need the money for something, that's different. But if you're in a position where you don't need that, then most of the time it seems like people end up at some point being like, oh, I wish I hadn't sold. The first time I quit in 1996, gave away all my cards to a guy on the school bus when I decided I was done with them. Oh, I wonder, did you ever regret it, Great Destroyer? Well, play a Mox Amber. We are down to 14. We need to find a way to not die. We should have copied our Tectonic Giant, I think. You know what? Maybe our opponent's got something good for us. Oh my god, is that 3? Okay. Oh, the whiff. The whiff, the whiff, the whiff. Yeah, that was bad. Deck of many things. The deck of many things will save us. We're good. We could actually high roll here. We will kill a... veteran dungeoneer. 0 cards in hand. 0 cards in hand. Can we get a 20? Can we get a 20? We drop to 10. We pass the turn. This is our chance. This is our chance to roll a 20. Opponent untaps. Come on. Come on. This could actually happen. I've never rolled a 20 with this card. It's never happened before. Opponent equips the boots. Not the good ones. The Zephyr ones. Goes to combat. Attacks. Attacks. Ventures into a dungeon. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. So he dropped to 9. We chump with Hitasugu. It all comes down to this roll of the dice. Down to 6. Opponent loots. One time I rolled a 20 and I was the only fool with a creature in the yard. That's got to be the worst. It's so hard to roll a 20, and to do that and then end up kill yourself is whew. All right. Deck of many things. Give us a 20. Give us a 20. Give us a 20. Oh, so close. So close. So close. Oh, no. Oh, we were so close. Oh. All right. It was a 19. Magic Gods. Thank you very much. So Angrass Rampage. You sack a creature. We still need to not die here, which we're down to 6. That is not a lot of life. Okay, opponent gets to draw a card. We go to combat, get him with Tectonic Giant. We need the sweeper. I think the lesson of this is never discard a sweeper in Historic Brawl. We discard on like turn 2, and now would be very helpful. Intellect Devour, Ancient Copper Dragon. Well, we'll take Ancient Copper Dragon for the future. About it. Have you ever actually won with it? Has anyone actually won with the 20 on this? How do we not die? Oh. All right, Swords of Plowshares. That's a little extra life. That's a little extra life. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, Shatter Skull Smashing. X5. Hopefully, if this doesn't work, then we die. But I think this is our best shot. MDFC? MDFC power? Hold. Yeah, I guess Phil did. Although he did it by, like, infinite paradox editing. Oh, that does it. That does it. Ah, that's kind of what we're worried about. Well, that was an impressive Nadar performance, I will say. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, it was sweet that Phil pulled it off. Although, I mean, Paradox Engine. Yeah, I mean, we're dead no matter what we choose. GG Obsidian, GG. So wait, what was the overall pick for first against the odds card from Phyrexia? Ooh, 6 and 6. What a close viewer battle stream. All right, we can probably get in a couple more. So Obsidian. Let's see, Arco, are you still around? We're gonna come close to getting rid of. So Arco's there. Eevee's done. Wow. Okay, so I think we're actually going to get through the entire list of people who sent in ahead of time. I think. Arco. Challenge. Incoming. For standard. And then Magikarp, since you got left out last time. You'll be next. What format did you want to play, Magikarp? Should do viewer battles more often. Oh, do I have a Brawl? I don't. Let me see. Do Brawl decks exist? Do we even have any? Okay, here. Give me 1 second. Does anyone else play Standard Brawl? Do I need to All right, I gotcha. Do I need to re-examine? Do I need to re-examine Standard Brawl? Oh no, it's the good old friends list. All right, avert your eyes. Reloading. So what's the upside to Standard Brawl? I guess it's cheaper, probably. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to it, Rooker. Magikarp, you'll be the next game. I think these will most likely be the last 2 games, and we would have gotten through the entire list of people that set stuff in ahead of time. And then if you're someone who submitted your name in the stream, you'll have. Hey, what's up, Difless? Thank you. If you're someone who submitted your name during the stream and didn't get to play, kind of like Mega Magikarp, you will have a You will be at the top of the list for... Oh, no. You'll be at the top of the list for next time we do viewer battles. Why doesn't this work? Maybe it'll work. Let's see. Accept. All right. Here we go, Arco. Where do I go to sign up? Can I play against you? So, I don't think we're gonna get to anyone else this viewer battle stream, but if you'd like to get your name on the list for next time, just give me your arena info and I will add it on to the list. And what we try to do is, if you're someone who didn't get to play this time, you kind of get to jump the line next time we do a viewer battle stream if you're around. So that's the upside. But I think gonna play against Arco, playing some standard Brawl, which I haven't played in years, and then the Mega Magikarp will be the last round of the viewer battle stream. Can we do this every month? Would you want to do it every month? I never know like how often we should do it. You know, let's run out Urza. I was thinking we were gonna level this up, but this is probably better. Hey, what's up, Evie Mark? Do you enjoy it if you don't get to play? I think that's the question. Ooh, Shauna. That's the thing I've always wondered about with viewer battle streams. Is it something that's fun for everyone? Or is it mostly just something that's fun for the people who get to play in them? Yeah, you can do a poll. I mean, I definitely think we do them too infrequently as it is, I would say. I think our current system of like 2 a year is probably too few. I could see like maybe one a set. Maybe we do like a thing. So a new set comes out. A new set comes out, and then we do all the set release stuff, and then after we kind of get through the new set stuff, maybe we do a viewer battle for each set. That could actually be kind of fun. So like it'd basically be like 1 a quarter for a year. Maybe that's like the perfect schedule. And I think like one thing I love about our community is we don't really have an issue with a lot of people just bringing the most spiky decks. People are bringing what they play, but they're mostly like cool, fun decks. It's not like we played against Grixis Control 20 times in a row or something. So I think that people do a really good job of, wow, I have no idea what this deck is trying to do, of bringing the fun decks, which I like. All right. I have no idea. We're going to discard this... We're going to discard this. I just literally looked up standard Brawl on Goldfish and grabbed the first deck that popped up, and I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing now. I have no idea. You know what? I think we should probably be putting the reality chip on something. That seems like a good idea. All right, look at this. Look at this janky board. Look at this janky board. Did a poll last viewer stream? We had quarterly, twice a year, monthly, a year. The winner was monthly. Cool. Maybe it's even more than that. Maybe quarterly is not enough. Oh, it's a Joda. Oh god. Okay. Well, our little fun artifact synergies are facing down the biggest, baddest legend in standard. Oh my god, this is a temporal anchor. How do we not die though? How do we not die? That's the problem. All right, temporal anchor, combat courier. Pass the turn. We're good. We're good. Joda's never killed anyone. Hourly viewer battle stream. Squee. Well, there's a poll up if you'd like to get your vote in on how often. about it. People do love the viewer battle streams. Replay YouTube viewers probably prefer dedicated decks, though. Deck techs and drawn in by their favorite formats. Yeah, that could be the case. I definitely am on board with doing it more often. I'm not sure if a monthly is too often. I guess it could. I've always wanted to do like an extra like bonus stream, like a community day stream that was just focused on maybe doing viewer battles or other, I don't know. Back when Among Us was a thing, doing like Among Us with the community, or I don't know, Jackbox TV, whatever, something like that. I've always wanted to do that, and that's never really gotten off the ground. But that could also be a fun way to do it. Maybe there's a way that we can keep our normal streams, but also add in. Jeez, Urza is just. I mean, imagine Urza. Like I said, I haven't played Brawl in like for literally forever. I imagine Urza's got to just be like the best thing going, right? I imagine that a Jota deck is got to be like S tier in this format. All right, Shauna, 13 life gained and no mana, thankfully. Syncopate's not doing much. Enters the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or creature you control. That doesn't. We need removal. I don't know what removal our mono blue deck has, but March. Okay, Marcia Swirling Mist. That might be able to keep us alive. So play a land. How can we do this? Is there a way we can... I feel like maybe this is a combo deck and I don't know what the combo is. Oh, that's Unearth. Oh. That's why that was hanging out there. Okay, oops. All right. Well, we're going to waste that Unearth. We're going to pass the turn. We're going to stop on our opponent's upkeep. On our opponent's upkeep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we don't have enough mana. Okay, hang on. Just kidding. 5. I'm at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. March of Swirling Mist. Please resolve. Or we're dead. Power Dead! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your... I mean, they could have a counter. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you. Oh, that's fine. I mean, that still gets rid of Jota for the turn, so we're kind of okay with that. We phase everything else out. That's actually better for us, hilariously. Because that means Jota comes back and then we can portal it, potentially. About it. Relic of Legends. Oh, that would have been a lot of mana. About it. Wow, our creatures are just so much smaller. Yeah, it seems like based on the poll, somewhere in that range might be optimal. Well, both to the bottom. Hmm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, if we kill Jota, they just recast it and kill us, right? That's how that works. I think that's how that works. Jota dies, Ashnod dies, Goblin dies. These come back. Where is this? Let's look at this deck list. Is there anything we could possibly find in this deck that is going to save us? This random deck. I don't think so. It might not get any better than... Yeah, it's probably the best thing we got going, and I don't think that's enough. Huh. Well, all right. Portal to Phyrexia. Run it out there. See ya, Joda, for the time being. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to pass up a chance to actually cast Portal. Even though I'm not sure it saves us here. But, well, pass the turn. We can do some chump blocking, maybe. Opponent untaps. Oh, and we can't even cast this. Oh. Temporal Anchor is a little worse than I thought. Only being able to cast it during your turn. I guess it would be maybe too strong in control if you could cast counters, but... Alright, Joda's back. Everything gets huge. Opponent goes to combat. Yeah, I don't know if we have the tools in our deck to get out of this. Opponent, huge attack. Well, I mean, we will reality heist. Okay, Cityscape Lever, Thran Spider, I guess. Oh, triple chump block, yeah. Looking grim, looking grim. Down to 4, yeah. I mean, I think if we could get it going, we could do stuff with this Drafna where we, like, bounce it and replay it and copy it. So I can see where this deck is heading. I just think, like, Joda's pretty busted. So I can see what the deck's trying to do, but I just don't know if it matches up with just Joda be very strong. Well, I mean, it's probably Lagrella to get rid of the Joda again. Shrink the creatures a bit. Temporal Anchor. Bottom and... Boy, bottom. So many. Actually, do we got to keep the counter? Maybe we got to keep that. Okay, keep Urza's rebuff. There might actually be a level that we can get. Oh no, your deck is good, Arco. Your deck is good. I just did not prepare a standard Brawl deck, so I'm stumbling my way through trying to figure out my deck. How do we do this? So, Hulking Metamorph. Oh no, this is... Wait, it's back in the command zone. Okay, Hulking Metamorph. Copy Lagrella. Keep the new one. Get rid of the Gwenna. Play the land. Play the Thran Spider. Pass the turn. We're fighting the good fight. We're fighting the good fight. We might be staying alive. We might be doing it. We might be somehow doing it. Opponent. We're not dead yet. Timeless Otis, sure. At least it's not a Joda. And we got a Spider now. We got a Thran Spider. Thran Spider solves all of our problems. About it. Passing? We're staying alive? We're not dead yet? Okay. Well, I mean... Maybe Portal to Phyrexia can get the job done. Surge Engine. Coastal Bulwark. Okay, bottom. I think you just always scry bottom if you have Temporal Anchor, pretty much. Because you get the cards for free anyway. What does this do? End of turn gets -1/-1. Your choice of Flying Death, Vigilance, or Haste. Okay. Sure. I'll play the land. Cityscape Leveler. Blow up the Timeless Lotus. Can't have that going on. Coastal Bulwark. Defense cha-cha-cha past the turn. Wait, are we stabilizing? Are we gonna win this? Why not copy the portal? Wait, how could we have copied the portal? Do we have a way to copy Portal? Oh. I see. Uh-huh. Well, okay, syncopate it. Yeah, I think you're right. It might have been better just to copy Portal. Oh no. They can tap this with that. Okay. I guess we just go all the way then. X3. Counter that. Well, here comes Joda. But we're not dead yet. Yeah, I think you're right. I guess I didn't realize that Hulking Metamorph could copy an artifact. Just getting rid of 3 things. I think, probably would have been better. All right, Joda returns. Opponent. I mean, we have a... Ooh, all right. We have a Cityscape Leveler now, though. Let's see what they spin into. Falco. All right. Yeah. Well, now we're definitely going to need to find a way to copy this Temporal Anchor. Okay. Portal to Phyrexia. Get back. Urza, yes. Bottom. So play the land. Oh, Jonas just keeps coming back. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. If we just copied Portal, we died at Ellis, didn't we? Have we finally run out of luck? Oh, play this Scry 2. We can try to go off with Temporal Anchor, I guess. Bottom. Play this Scry 2. I mean, if we make a big enough board, maybe we can survive a turn. Our opponent's also up to 54, which is a lot of life. Board in Windows. That'll show him. That'll show him. Is there removal in this deck? Is there actually removal we can draw? Mono blue is interesting. I don't know if there's any meteorite. I guess that's sort of removal. Not really. Are we? Okay, Stern Lesson on top. Well, we will, I guess, pass and leave up the count. We get to get in with Cityscape Leveler and blow up Joda. Okay, I mean, this probably makes us die. We'll see if our opponent actually does it. They might not. Okay. Opponent takes it. Down to 46. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. I mean, we're just in a... yeah, pass. This Ellis, El Core is a problem. Oh, come on. We might be dying, but we're not gonna die with a Joda on the battlefield. Not gonna die with a Joda on the battlefield. I mean, I think we just died to our opponent. Oh, all right. Maybe we will die with a Joda on the battlefield. On second thought, maybe we do die with Joda. Oh, good game, Arco. I mean, I will say, our deck was pretty interesting, and this was kind of fun. I haven't played Standard Brawl in a long time, so it's cool to see the format still a thing. Although, actually, oddly, this Joda kind of helps us, so we're not just dead. Because our... I still don't know long-term how we get out of this, but... because our opponent's stuff is big now, we don't lose life to the Ellis core. We just don't have a sweeper in this deck. Our opponent's keeping us alive for their own purposes. The opponent passes. Boom. Mill you. Maybe we can mill him out. Bottom. So I think we have to... all right, how do we do this? There's got to be a way. Look at all these cards we've drawn. There's got to be a way. Play the land. Oh, we have so many things we have to kill. Perhaps too many things. So we play this. We pay 2 mana. Actually, okay. So we go to combat. We get him with a Cityscape Leveler. Cityscape Leveler. We gotta get rid of this Ellis core. Blow that up. Cityscape Leveler about to die. Yeah. There's not anything we can really do about that. We could pick it up. Actually, maybe that's our best bet. Pick it up, replay it, blow up Joda again. Alright, pick up Cityscape Leveler. Opponent takes 0. We replay Cityscape Leveler. We blow up the Joda. At some point, they're going to have to stop recasting it, right? Like, we've killed this Joda... we've killed it so many times. Is that saying that we've killed it 6 times? The commander tax has to be absurd. We have just killed it and killed it and killed it. Can we do anything else? Not exactly. All right. Well, pass the turn. About it untaps. We're fighting the good. We will not die to this Joda. I don't know how this game is still going. Only 3 times? It feels like way more than that. About it. Joda. Again. It's back. Opponent's at 57. We're at 2. Joda never dies. Never dies forever. I mean, I still am... Are we actually dead? I don't think we're dead still. Boner attacks. Sure. So we have to do some blocking. Haha! It's a 0-1. Got him, boarded windows. Oh, so... Block. Stuff dies. Oh! How did we die? What did I do wrong? Did something have trample? What had trample? Oh, good game, Marco. What had trample? Oh, I misclicked. Oh, Falco has trample? Well, today I learned. Noah, I don't think I've ever played against Falco before, so... Oh, it does have trample. You're right. That's a card that no one's ever played. You're right. It's a flampler. Fair enough. Oh, all right. Mega Magikarp. What format were you trying to play, Mega Magikarp? We have reached good game, Marco. That was actually a really fun game. I think you might have restored my faith in in Standard Brawl. That was a very fun game. All right, Mega Magikarp. What format are you going for? Our last battle of today's viewer stream. Although we're gonna have to do some more. We're gonna do it more frequently because apparently everyone wants to do it more frequently. All right, well, Mega Magikarp, this is your chance. No one has defeated the Rhinos, so this is your chance. Can you be the one viewer who proves their power over a Siege Rhino today? It's never happened. It's never happened. Yeah, I blame the viewer decks for the mistrample, Arco. Y'all are playing some wild cards. Falco. Who Falcos? Alright. Temple Garden, go. Where's our Rhinos? Good luck, Megagarp. Alright, Elvish Visionary, draw a card. Well, that's not a land. Yeah, I don't know if I should be excited about new Elish Norn or scared. On one hand, Elish Norn's going to be perfect in this deck. On the other hand, Elish Norn is going to be brutal against this deck. I don't know if the deck, like, do Panharmonicon decks come out ahead because they get Elish Norn or behind because you're going to have to play against Elish Norn? Pounded. Ooh, some Thassa action. All right, getting the Blink engine going. Well, we're going to blink this Elvish Visionary because we really... Well, I guess we should have waited till after blocks, technically. We really need to draw a land here. We need to draw a land. Opponent. Well, that's not quite a land. Blinks. The Innkeeper makes a treasure. All right, there's a land. So play this. Skyclave. Snipe that Thassa. None of that. None of that. Pass the turn. Yeah, that's my favorite part of Viewer Submitted Day. We get to see a lot of really just sweet janky decks. Ooh, all right. From viewers, we get to play a bunch of stuff that we haven't played in a while. So I think that's the coolest part, is just seeing the decks. Maybe we gotta figure out a way to like collect the decks in the future. That could be a cool idea if we could like collect the decks and then do an article out of them or something, so people could have access to them. Well, let's get rid of the token. It's going to be every deck runs white heavily. Will run Elish Norn as Elish Norn hate, like the old legend rule. maybe that's how it ends up. Elish Norn is actually just Metal Misstep. I mean, that actually sounds like kind of my dream world, right? Everyone is playing a Panharmonicon. Hey Seth, I've been working on updating your Dimir Draw 2 deck, trying to use a Proliferate theme. Ooh. That's a cool idea. Yeah, the Proliferate stuff from Phyrexia is really good. Oh, another Thassa. That was one of the most surprising parts, I think, of the set for me, is just how fairly costed the Proliferate stuff is. Alright, Skyclave, blinked, life gate. Brutal Cathar down. Oh, that's a Rhino, but I think we gotta wait. We gotta get our lands. Yeah, Sharn. Get our lands. Play a land. Pass the turn. Draw 2 updated for Phyrexia. I mean, Vraska seems sweet. Gonna be interesting to see how good Phyrexian Arena is. It's been good in past standards. Yeah, I like it. I've been curious about the possibility of having some sort of like Proliferate control deck where you just try to give your opponent a poison counter and then proliferate it up to 10. So it's kind of a cool hybrid between that and also the like draw 2 deck. Yeah, it looks super sweet. That looks super fun. I like it a lot. Ooh, Quandrix Cultivator. All right. Speaking of proliferation, when are we taking infinite turns with Jake's Cunning Castaway, the Mythic Artifact, and the Blue Dominus? Ooh. Is the Blue Dominus the card that finally makes Jake's Cunning Castaway good? Did we finally break it? I mean, that also seems like a pretty good against the odds. I'll play a land. Worm Coil, please resolve. I feel like there's a counter over here. There's always a delay every time we cast something. Alright, touch the Spirit Realm. We've been very fortunate to draw a lot of Massacre Worms with this deck. Somehow we keep drawing Massacre Worms. Get it, hit ya. Our hand is kind of busted. This blink deck looks good though. Could use a Panharmonicon, but I like the blink action, Megacarp. Yeah, I think that Tyver might be the best modern card in the set. Although Elishorn is not that far behind. Hey! Alright. Yarion. And blinks. Opponent passes. Thassa makes a return and gets a land. Well, okay, play Gonti. Maybe we can hit removal from our opponent's deck. No. Well, play the land. Play Vivian.
Makes me stronger.
Take up on Massacre. We're past the turn. Yeah, Gonti is just such a cool card. I don't think I've ever built Gonti Historic Brawl either, but it would be a fun one to build. All right, here comes the ETBs. Elvish Visionary, Elite Guard Mage, Llanowar Visionary. Opponent. Getting in. All right, well, we'll block. Oh, we got a Rhino, but is it enough? Is it enough? Spirited Companion. Blinks Yarion. Blinks a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, we definitely got to find a way to get rid of this Yarion, don't we? Yeah, Elish Norn. Oh, our opponent would be doing nothing if we had Elish Norn. Literally nothing. Michael said the card is really good. That card's really good. Can never have too many Esper Sentinels. All right, so a bunch of stuff gets blanked. Well, let's tick down.
You fight like a city.
Get a Brutal Cathar. What's exiled, though? Ramp, card draw. Now play the Brutal Cathar. Get rid of the Yarion. Go to combat. Swing with everything. See if we can get some damage in there while we got a chance. Yarion? Yeah, it is. I guess that is a... I don't know. Companions. It's happening in Modern. It actually... We banned all the good companions, and the bad companions just keep seeing more and more play. So I think there's got to be... 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, all right. Play the land. Siege Rhino, yeah. Pass the turn. I was just looking at the most played cards in Modern. And we banned Lurrus, we banned Yarion, and now Jingatha has went up from being like a fringe card to being in 13% of decks. Like, the mechanic is just, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. It is just such a inherently broken mechanic that no matter how many of you ban, we could ban them down to Lutri being the only one legal, and Lutri is going to be 15% of the meta because people find a way to make the companion work because having that one extra card is most of the meta still MH2. Ragavan, Fury, Endurance, DRC, so 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the top 10 MH2. Ledger, Shredder, Brazen Borrower, and Jengatha as far as creatures. Oh, Titan of Industry gained a bunch of life. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just gotta ban them all. Ban them all, I say. Yeah, repeatable Titan of Industry, eh? A. Opponent's at 17 now. Our opponent was like kind of close to dead in that last turn, and now this is happening. What do we even do about this? What can we do about this? I'll tick up.
Starting over's the only way.
Yeah, Ariane, playing Ariane. I guess this is it. Do some blinking. Blink, blink, blink. But our opponent's still just doing the Titan of Industry stuff, which is the problem. So we get a Siege Rhino, we get a Massacre Worm. But this still is not really game ending. Yeah, Thassa Titan of Industry is kind of a combo. So we kill a couple of things. Not enough, though. Opponent gets drained a little. We'll take a Seagate Restoration. We'll drain you with a Rhino. But the Titan of Industry is just gonna keep doing its thing. How about it? Taps down the Ariane. Untaps. Of all the midweek Magic events, I feel like Artisan is the least fun to play. I know some people who really love Artisan. Personally, I've never really gotten into the lower rarity form. I played a little bit of actual Pauper. I've never really gotten into Artisan though. About it. I mean, gotta be Titan of Industry, right? Really? Okay. Elite Guard Mage. I don't know how you ever pass up the value of a Titan of Industry. Well, Seagate Restoration. Draw a few cards. Llanowar Elves. Pathway on white. Charming Prince. Blink the seat. It's always the Rhino. It's always the Rhino. That's always the right choice. Blink the Rhino. About it, gonna tap us down. And tap us down. And Thassa's pretty strong. No attacks. The question is, what do we do with this Moonrage Brew? It's probably safest just to snipe the token. I'm worried about it hitting the Titan of Industry and then having our opponent just kill it and get all their stuff back, and then, life is very bad at that point. We're kind of close to actually being able to close out this game. Sort of. Like, we have a big board. Our board is bigger than our opponent's board. Why is our man... Oh, they have a World Tree. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Companion's ever coming back. I would be very surprised if Companions ever made their return. Alright, Titan of Industry. Blinked. Sure. What a grindy game. How were Hearthstone companions? Well, play a Siege Rhino. Drain ya. Opponent goes to 7. 7 points of life. Go to combat. Opponent taps. Well, we just kind of want things to die, basically. All right, go attacking. We're just basically hoping things die and we trigger Massacre Worm. Battles, oh no. Oh no. Oh, I hadn't even thought. If Battle is renamed Companion, oh, that might be the thing that makes me quit Magic, honestly. I don't think I could deal with Companion being a card type in every set. That would be so bad. Opponent. Wow, none of their stuff dies. I think this still hopefully works though. Charming Prince. Rhino, 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 Rhino number 2, touches Spirit Realms, Rhino, Rhino. The old standby? Does it come through? Is it enough? Is it enough to take down Mega Magikarp? You can tap it, but that doesn't change things. Tap the Rhino. That's a fair choice. Tap land. End of turn. The Rhino comes back from his spiritual journey and from a Charming Prince. Wow, Rhinos! The Rhinos come through. Wow, Mega Magikarp. That deck looked ridiculous, Magikarp. That looked like so much fun. Are you gonna put the new Elish Norn in it? Are you gonna put, if we were talking about that during the stream, like if either one of us had Elish Norn in that matchup, it would be so absurd. Like it would be shutting down the opponent's deck and also super powering our deck. So Elish Norn seems really good. Yeah, I mean, in some ways Thassa is kind of panharmonic on it's letting you reuse all your triggers. I was jealous of the Thassa actually. I was thinking, man, I kind of actually wish I had Thassa in this deck, but in the end, the Rhino power comes through. Wow. Anyway, I think that brings us to the end of today's viewer stream. Our overall record, I believe, a perfect 7-7. We got through 14 matches. Siege Rhino proved its worth in the end. So huge thank you to everyone who played today. Apparently we need to do more of these. It seems like people like viewer battle streams. If your name is on this list, other than let's see, Mega Magikarp got in today. If your name's on this list and you didn't get to play today, don't worry. I'm gonna keep this doc around. So next time we do a viewer battle stream, which we'll try not to make 6 months from now, but next time we do it, you'll have the ability to jump the line. Just coming to be like, hey. Oh, we did Arco, didn't we? We did do Arco with standard Brawl, yeah. You can just be like, hey, I was on last time's list, I didn't get to play, and we'll make sure you get in. So keep that in mind if you didn't get to play today. How do I get on that list? Just send me your arena info. Seth at mtggoldfish.com or saffronolive at mtggoldfish.com goes to the same place. Send it to me, I'll get you on the list for next time. On that note, everyone, I gotta go pick up Bear from the Bear Babysitters. So I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So reminders, replay YouTube, this week fight all the old streams, normal YouTube, some Sweet Against the Odds action coming out tomorrow, along with top 10 videos and a ton of other stuff. And one more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. And Thursday, special stream. On Thursday, it's early access day, so make sure to come back on Thursday. Hey, thanks, Magikarp. So make sure to come back on Thursday to check out Phyrexia All Will Be One. It's going to be super fun. We'll do tons of new things. So I'll see you on Thursday to have some more fun playing Magic. So until then, everyone, have an amazing night. Have a great day. I love y'all, and I'll see you on Thursday for Phyrexia. So until then, have a good one, and I will talk to you soon.